Hey, up ghosties. Hey, up, how are we? Oh, I'm clicking buttons that I shouldn't be clicking. Hi, everyone, how are we? Emily, thank you for the first, and Ark, thank you for the Spotify reminder, which I just did now. Tech, hello. Crystal, hello. Cyber, hello. Hope you guys are well today. Oblivion, woof, indeed. Hello, Dawn, hope you are well. Ghost Be Live, that's a first-time chat from you. Hope you are well. I feel like I've seen your name around here before, but I don't know if you've chatted here before. I just recognize the name. But also, I feel like there's a couple of us, couple of ghost bees that tend to float around here. So, if this is a first-time chat, thank you for it. Hello and welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Hope we all are well today. How are the chatters? I am exceptionally late today, and I don't even have an excuse. I legitimately, sometimes I'll come in and be like, sorry guys, I know I'm late today, but you know, I was doing this thing. You wanna know what I was doing? I was drawing, which I could have been doing here on stream, and I was watching a cop show, and that's really all I was doing. Honestly, I could talk about this cop show. I've got some takes. I've got some takes on the cop show. Anyways, Ollie, hello, how are you, love? Pio, hello. I'm here somewhat early and not just woken up abruptly from my nap. Yeah, you are here. You're very early. We only went live 4 minutes ago. We're not even past the starting soon screen. Are you happy to see me? Of course I'm happy to see you. I love seeing you. I have thoughts for you later in terms of OCs. I've got OC brain. Hello everybody, my name is Almost Standard. Welcome home. How are we, boys? Hope we are well. Hope we were doing good. I could never do that to someone that's slander. Listen, abruptly waking someone from their nap is cruel. Listen, I've got hair thoughts, man. This music is way too loud, which is my first thought. First off, turn this down. Second of off, I've got some hair thoughts, my man. So first of all, I love when my hair does this. This is good. This is good for my hair. I like this look for me. But I think I need a haircut. And some of you will say, Xander, you just had a haircut and you dyed your hair green at 3 in the morning and made a TikTok about having a mental breakdown. And to that I would say, yes, viewer, you're right. And also, why do you remember that? And also, look at these. If you didn't see the back of my head and you saw just these, would you tell me I had green hair? Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes and tell me this is green. Tell me these are green. They're not. Some of this is. Hardly. But I'm telling you, Mexico took my hair. This is not lime green. You can't even lie to me. You just know it's green. But this, if it's just these in this lighting, this is blonde. Those are blonde. Those are like white blonde. Not white blonde. They're like yellow blonde. But I don't know. I have an orange screen dimmer. Yeah, I just have orange hair to you now. But like, anyways, the color is not my problem. I think I need a haircut. Don't you say lime blonde to me. You also think my hair is blonde when it's simply orange. Your hair is not orange. It is peach at best. It is no longer orange. I have very strong definitions of colors. Hypothetically, if I wanted to show off the Beyblade, where would I put it? That would be in Hive family photos. Any photograph you take of things you want to show off, throw them in there. Yourself, your pets, your family, your Beyblades. Beyblades are family, aren't they? But anyways, I want to commit way harder to the hair look that I've kind of got going on right now. And I don't think, after 4 years, I've been cutting my own hair for 4 years, and I'm very proud and prestigious about it. I like to think highly of myself that I've been doing all this on my own. But I think for the first time in 4 years, it is time for me to go to a barber, because I can't do what I want to do because I can't see the back of my head. But I really want to commit harder into the like wolf cut / mullet look, because I'm a fan of it and I want to like really commit to it. So I'm gonna do my best to go into a barber, I think, and try that. We'll see. I know some queer friendly barbers, so I'm gonna be looking into those shops and go there. We'll see. Join the mullet club. I'm going to. We are talking about hair at the moment. I feel very gross today. I'm sorry. And Oblivion's in pain. Oh, wifey. Yeah, Oblivion, I'm sorry. And Bastard. Hey, Bastard, welcome in. You need to hear a voice other than my own? Thankfully, I've got an abundance of that to give you. You want to know something else, chat? You want to know something strange? Something weird? I've stopped drinking coffee recently. Like, I've had a couple of coffees from, like, coffee shops when I was on the train. But I haven't made coffee at home in like over a month, like well over a month. And it's really quite weird. And I went to make myself a coffee today because I was like, all right, I'm getting back into the streaming. You know, I'm getting back into the energy. I'm going to go make myself a coffee because I've always got a coffee to sip on. And we'll sit and we'll have our chats or whatever. And I got to my coffee maker and I opened it and I was like, I don't want it. I don't want it today. So I have quite a reliance on caffeine. So it's a little weird just like not having it. I normally always crave coffee. So I don't really know what it is, but I've been drinking my fun juice recently, which sounds like it's alcoholic or something exciting, but it's not. It's a Mio. But it does have some caffeine in it, not like as high of levels, but this is like, it's like slightly caffeinated juice, essentially. And it's strawberry pineapple, and it's delicious. So instead I'll be sucking on this. I don't know, man. So I guess that'll just be what I will live with for now. I have strawberry shortcake and I miss death. Oh, the person, not like you miss being dead. I had to like process that. Anyways. I'm here. Okay. We're doing some art today because I wanted to do some Azazel art. I have a drawing I want to do of him in the first chapter of the book. If you don't know Azazel, he's one of my OCs in a book that I'm writing. Will it be published? Hopefully. I hope to finish it and be ready to be ready to start looking into publishing it by the end of this year. But I really don't know what the plan is with that. I keep forgetting you've got kind of an undercut. Yeah, I have shaved sides is what I have. Not quite an undercut. I've considered committing to the undercut and like taking this like all the way back, but I just don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to keep it with this. Because this is just kind of nice to have. It keeps my hair a little thinner because I have a lot of hair, dude. I have a lot of fucking hair. So keeping it a little bit thinner is very useful. But Xander needs a full-blown mullet. I mean, I want to commit to the mullet look, but like not old school mullet, new school mullet. So like the ones that are like, you know, I want short all the way at the front and then long in the back. But I don't want like shaved short. Like I don't want to look like a I don't even know. I don't want an old school mullet. I want like the newer school ones. Yeah, and I've got the wavy hair, but it's like my hair is curly, but then it doesn't it doesn't hold its curls for longer than a day, and I don't shower daily because my hair gets all fucking dry and brittle and shit if I wash my hair every day. But if I don't, like, my hair looks nice the day I shower and the day after, and everything after that it just turns into a frizz. So I'm in a point where I'm fighting with my hair. I'm not enjoying my hair, which is so weird because everybody seems to like my hair, and it's not like I hate my hair. I just feel like I could be doing better. I'm getting really like into like the trying to like the way that I look again thing. I'm usually very ambivalent about the way I look. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really think about it much. How are you doing, sir? You look fantabulous. Thank you, Hedgehog. I was actually just talking about looks. You know, we'll draw while we're talking. I am drawing Azazel today. If you've got any questions about who that is, this is my reference for him, but I'm working on him right now. If you've got questions, feel free to ask, and I'll chitter chatter about them. But in terms of, I do have a haircut, by the way. I have a silk bonnet. I do sleep with, not every night, 'cause sometimes I forget, but I do have a silk bonnet. I do take care of my hair, I promise. But I forgot how good the tattoos look. No, for real. They look fantastic. And they're a nightmare to draw. Yeah, I know, yeah, scars, but yeah, I sometimes call them tattoos on accident too. Don't fret. But like in terms of, I'm trying to think. Like, okay, what I was saying in terms of looks, right? Like my thing with the way that I look is like, I feel like when you're in high school, that's like a huge deal, right? And even like to some degree outside of high school, but like specifically when you're in high school, like the way that you look is like a massive deal for most people. Like it's like there's a lot that goes into, like, you know, making sure that you look good and making sure that you're, you know, what's the word? Like it's like a lot of like building your aesthetic, I guess, to some degree. Like there's a lot in your life that goes into kind of like building that brand for yourself. And I feel like in high school, that's kind of like the time that everybody's really focusing on that. And I had my look in high school. That's for damn sure. It was something. Y'all kind of know. Y'all kind of remember. But like outside of high school, like instead of like continuing on to like most people do, like have some. Most people give some shit about the way they look, you know, like not in like a bad way, not in a vain way, but just like most people like give some shit about like they're like, you know, I really like my hair, or I really like my clothes, or I'm, you know, I'm focused on, you know, making sure I look good today, or, you know, getting ready to go out to the store, or like, you know, I hear people say like, oh man, I can't go out looking like this kind of thing. Like like a lot of people have that like care for the way that they appear, like their appearance. And I just simply kind of stopped having that after like junior year of high school, like even like through my senior year of high school and going forward. And it drives my mother insane. I have heard from my mother so many times, you're going out looking like that. And it's like, brother, I don't care. And it's not even like I'm above like caring about the way I look. I'm past that. I don't care about vanity. No, it's like I legitimately just could not give a shit about the way that I look. Like I just don't put any effort into it. Not even like in a sexy like, oh, you know, I'm above that. Like in a so genuine like I don't have the energy to like put an effort to look good. And I kind of want to stop doing that. I've checked back into life recently and been like, man, I do just be walking around like that. Like I just go to the grocery stores in like my full pajamas and my hair a mess, and like that's fine. It's the grocery store. I don't really care how anybody sees me, but like, and that's part of the issue. I really don't give a fuck how people see me. So like it doesn't matter to me if I dress up or if I go in my pajamas. But it started bothering me a little bit. That I'm like, I don't put any pride in the way that I look. Not even that. I was like, you know, I don't need to be fretting about it, but I don't know. Anyways, it's just a thought I've had recently. I want to soak bonnet, but my parents insist they are only helpful for people of color. Find one of those videos of somebody who's a person of color. It's explaining that silk bonnets are for fucking everybody and just show it to them. Have it come straight from the mouth. Scar tattoos are a fun thing. Making designs specifically by creating scarring. Yeah, May I introduce you? May I introduce you to Azazel, who bears tattoos that are from scars, from a practice called scarification, which is an ancient practice. I am aware. I have an entire thing about it. It's part of the book. Yes, I'm aware. But thank you for bringing it up. My aesthetic is ow, ouch. My eyes were not made to see colors this bright, or sometimes just a man in white girl clothing. That's so valid. But I'm also, yeah, no, I get you. You're good. My foot fell asleep. I'm so sorry. Your best bet, and this is going to sound weird, but your best bet is to be clench, if your foot's asleep, clench every muscle in your foot and your like leg and your calf and your thigh as hard as you can. Count to 2, release, give it 2, squish it again, count for 2, release. What you're doing is you're using your muscles to force blood flow through that body part. The reason your foot's asleep is because you've cut off blood flow to it, and so it's tingly. If you're forcing blood flow through it, it's not going to feel good because your foot's asleep, so clenching the muscles is not going to feel good. But doing it will speed up the process of waking it up. Tips for you. I'm serious, I'm an indie white boy. I'm wearing quartz and ocean jasper right now. Love that for you. Oh my god, thank you. That helped so quickly. You're welcome. I'm glad it helped quickly. I also hate the feeling of my legs falling asleep. And that clench thing, it doesn't feel good. Like, it sucks for like a second, but it genuinely, it helps so fast. Push that blood flow again. I love looking like a man homeless. I got the nickname Homeless Man. You know what? That's simply the life. Like, I don't know what it is with me. I really... I made a Jenna Marbles sound TikTok years ago about the fact that I've got 3 looks, and the 3 looks are a homeless man, a 12-year-old boy, and a hooker. Like, and it was a that's like the soundbite from TikTok, is like, I've got 3 looks and that's it. I got a homeless man, a 12-year-old boy, and a hooker, and that's all I know how to do. Oh, I've got hiccups. Ouch. Why do I have hiccups? But that's like genuinely, those are like the only ways I dress. I'm either dressed like a 12, well, previously I was 12-year-old boy, a homeless man, or a hooker. And now I tend to dress like a homeless man, a school shooter, or a hooker. And those are kind of my only looks. And I don't dress like a hooker anymore because I'm a dude now, and dudes are way harder to dress as looking like a hooker without it like making me look like a woman. So I don't dress like slutty anymore, which I think is a shame. I need to get back on that. I loved dressing like a hooker. Okay, you're right, but I tend to I pull off school shooter chic a little too well. I have a picture of me out at the grocery store in like platform boots, a trench coat, and a beanie, and it was really unnerving. I really got that look going for me sometimes. Okay, I am trying to figure out how to draw this kind of look. So if I'm doing this pose, my shoulders do stay fairly even. This shoulder is raised up a little bit, so I'm gonna unassist that. I'm really struggling to draw today, so me talking is also going to be me struggling to draw. So I hope that is simply okay. Because that one kind of like, it's like pulled in, whereas this one's dropped down. We'll kind of adjust that as we go. I don't know what exactly I'll adjust, but I'll find a way to adjust this without it looking fucking weird. And then we'll drop this one kind of down. God, drawing is hard, guys. I don't fucking know how to do it half the time, but I'm really trying, I promise. Drawing is just quite hard. I had to go pack and I come back to I miss dressing like a hooker. Listen, I do. Can we see the pink Pilates princess again? Jace? He's down here. That's pink Pilates princess Jace. This is such a bad drawing, by the way. That face makes me want to die. I did start trying to render it. I stopped fairly quickly because I got bored. I did start trying to render it. Don't mind that the face is still in like the sketching phase, but I did start attempting to render it, and then I got bored because I was like, eh. Yeah, it's an event. But yeah, this is what he looked like. This is that, and so I was trying to like render that out into like an actual human body shape, which has not been easy. And I don't think I'll finish, to be entirely honest with you. Maybe I will. I don't know. It just doesn't seem all that important. And then, of course, we had our Clutter Core Genesis, which was fun. Maybe I'll do some more of that shit. I've just been working on his little doodles. I really want to draw him. All of my OCs are welcome to be drawn. People are allowed to do art of them. You're allowed to draw them. Jace doesn't normally look like that. Jace normally looks like this. This is more usually what Jace looks like. He's not usually going to Pilates, but like, hey, whatever you want to do, honestly, go crazy. As a member of the himbo man-whore community, valid. I may draw him and use death as my little messenger. Yeah, go crazy, man. I forgot I started this drawing of Azazel and I fucking hated it, so I gave up on it. I hate this drawing. I tried so hard to make him like lounging in the grass, and it just, everything about this is so stiff. Bro, I am, what's wrong with it? Everything is just, everything feels so stiff. I am so bad at drawing natural fluid anatomy and posing. I'm so bad at it, man. And I can't figure out how to get better at it. Like, and I keep doing all the things. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to draw from anatomy. I'm trying to draw from references. I'm trying to like do the things I'm supposed to do. And it's like, no matter what I do, like I really struggle with drawing anatomy properly. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, it just, I feel like I'm getting worse at it. I don't even know if that makes sense, but I feel like I'm getting worse at anatomy. And like, I need more and more references, which needing a reference for something is not a bad thing at all. What do you mean I need to get a little horny about it? What do you mean I need to get a little horny about it? How can I get a little horny about anatomy? Let's be clear. I'm already a little horny about anatomy. Let's be honest. Already am. I did some drawings recently of some nude women because I've been practicing nude portrait drawings again because it's fun to practice anatomy like that. In my God, if I show this on Twitch, I will get banned. I can't. Let me see what I can cover. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this without getting banned on Twitch. Okay, I'm gonna cover all of the things that I should cover. Where are my women? Okay, let me grab my sticky notes now. Hang on. Where are my sticky notes? Where's my sticky notes? They used to be back there. Hang on. I need to go find my sticky notes. Hold that thought, chat. I'm gonna show you women. Okay. I'm here. Now, I've got some sticky notes here. I'm just gonna sticky note some things here quickly. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna put that like this. Just gonna slap some sticky notes on here. Yep, just like that. This is fine. Hang on. Oh, my chair is breaking. Hang on. Hang on, I gotta like... Hang on, I'm trying. Hang on, I gotta curve them so that they lay flat. Okay, hang on, one more. This is really goofy. Anyways, this feels like that. Oh, that almost covers everything. So I've been practicing drawing women's anatomy, but yeah, I am gatekeeping the titties and the vaginas. But I've been practicing drawing women's anatomy by doing female figure drawing, and so like I've been doing. That looks so funny. Don't mind the sticky notes. But like, the thing is, I can draw. Like, I can do female anatomy. I can draw anatomy. Like, I love drawing anatomy. But I can do it from figure drawing references. Like, I'd like to be clear that I've been doing technical drawing and art classes and traditional art since I was like 6. Like, I swear I can draw, but drawing digitally, I'm so bad, and drawing without a reference, I'm even worse. I can't draw without reference because I'm aphantasia. I can't see in my head. So I can't remember what body parts are supposed to look like. And the thing I keep falling into is I try to develop like the rules for anatomy. Like, you know, arms are supposed to be this long and bodies are supposed to be this circle connected to these lines. You know, it's supposed to be like anatomy is like you have a circle that's a torso, and then you have this circle, and this connects to the neck and the head, and then these are where collarbones turn into. And your arms are going to be 2 sticks from here to here, and then this is going to be the front of your spine and the back of your spine. This is going to be your pelvis, and the pelvis has a tilt in towards the center, and then this is going to connect in bean-shaped style or whatever, and then these are your hips. Hips turn into thighs. Like, I can memorize... Oh, I wasn't showing this. Anyways, I was trying to explain. Sorry. I was trying to explain, like, I get the rules. I understand the rules. I understand when you draw a face, you add a chin down here, and then you connect these kind of things in or whatever. That's too long, whatever. This line, 2 of those. Ears go here, eyes go here, eyebrows go here, the nose always comes here in the center, the mouth comes right here in the middle or whatever. From the bottom plane, there's gonna be a chin here. Like, I know these cheekbones go in this way. I know the hairline's gonna be somewhere around there. I get the rules. I understand the rules, but it's not making me better at drawing. Like, I get the rules, and I keep studying the rules, thinking that if I can learn the rules well enough, I'll get better at the art. I was just doing a shit ton of practice on it here. I've been studying these, and I drew all of these 100% by hand. None of this is traced. None of this is like me like copying over something. I'm looking at references of planes and drawing them by hand. I know how to do it. I know the rules. It's not making me better at art, and it's driving me crazy. Like, I struggle so much. The transition from traditional to digital art has been so hard and so long for me. Like, I don't know, man. It's driven me insane. Maybe it's muscle memory. Maybe it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Traditional is just so much easier for me, but even then, none of it's consistent. Nothing I draw is consistent. And nothing I do is fluid. I can't do fluidity. That's like where I keep running into that struggle, is like everything looks stiff because I'm following all these strict anatomy rules and I'm not actually like learning how to draw people. And there's nothing wrong with needing references. I keep trying to specify that because it's... Fuck it, I'm looking up some references. But it's hard to find like the exact references you need for certain positions. Like, it's just like it's not easy to get like the like I'm not gonna be able to find like the pose I want here. I can try, but well, was that a manta ray mermaid? It was. Oh god, where are the mermaids? These are me and all of my friends if we were species mermaids. So I have Tyrio as a blue dragon, which is a type of like sea lizard type thing. I have Wicked Ink as a lionfish, which is one of our mods. You guys know Wicked. I've got Reese as the whale shark. I've got Ollie as the seahorse. I've got M as the jellyfish, and I've got myself as a manta ray. I thought it would be fun if if I drew all my friends as like species based murmurs. I quite enjoy like marine life and like mermaids and shit. So I wanted to like, I don't know. It seemed like fun. So I did it. I think Emily's might be my favorite just because of the amount of detail in the drawing the stuff or whatever. The manta ray was very fun. Ollie's was also, this was really hard to do for the mermaid. Reese is one of my favorite animals forever. The lionfish is super cool. Cheerios is just like awesome. Anyways, yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing my friends as mermaids. That was a fun little thing I did, and then I showed my friends, and then I never did anything with it. I spent hours, days drawing all of these, and I sent them to my friends, and they were like, "Whoa, that's so cool!" And then I didn't do anything with them again. I just like, I never posted them. Like I never did anything about them. Like, I don't know. I don't do anything with my art, man. I just draw and then don't do anything with it. 80% of the art that I finish, I never post literally anywhere. Also, I'm switching over to my liked playlist after this song. But, okay. All right. Trying to figure out how to draw right now. So, first of all, this would be my concept is that I'm gonna have him kind of like, and if I'm doing that, this is actually gonna be a thumb. It's not gonna wrap that way. That would be the thumb. But in concept, that would be his hand. And then like something along this concept. That would be kind of like this. Of like the arm like across his waist. And then like obviously. But something about that still isn't quite right. And I am always a little bit too bad at anatomy to understand what's wrong with it. But like, I'm still trying here. And then my goal would be to have like this arm kind of have that elbow resting on the wrist. And then this hand would kind of come up and the thumb would kind of be resting here. And then like that. And like this would be like, this would obviously have to be like this. But I'm so bad at arms. Hang on, I can do this. And the arm would kind of bend like this. Except that is simply not what arms look like. Something like this. Like that, where it's like that. Something like that. That would kind of make some sense. And then obviously the body underneath it has to go. Like that? I don't know if that looks right. Oh my god, it does not at all look correct. Oh god. Oh man. This is where I get frustrated of like, I swear I do art, dude. I draw. I swear, you guys have seen me draw, and the more I draw, the more I'm like, do I though? Do I know how to draw at all? I believe myself less and less all of the time. Like, it's like I don't have any concept of like space or like anything. It's like I have no concept of literally anything. Like, this looks horrendous. Get rid of all of this. Just get rid of those arms altogether. I don't want them. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. And maybe the torso ratio is incorrect. I don't. Arms suck. Xander, I'm handing you a seal. He says, "Bwah," and that means I believe in you. Ah, that brings me. Hang on. Wait, I'm gonna go get him. I think you just left him at my door, right? Let me go grab him. Hang on. Bro, I got him. Thank you. I received your package of the seal. Bro, thank you. God, Bastard's always got my back. He sent me the seal that says thank you. Thank you. All right. All right, thank you. He'll just be here with us. This is one of like 3 stuffed seals I have. I've got a thing for marine life. I've got a thing for it, man. Hate arms in terms of drawing, though only though arms are hot, actually. They are. And the thing is, again, when I'm looking at a reference, I know how to draw arms. Look, I swear, I promise. Look, I know how to draw arms. I know how to draw arms. When I'm looking at a reference, and literally no other time. I did an entire anatomy study on how to draw arms. And guess what? It didn't make me any better at drawing arms. You know what else I did? Do you know what else I did? Arms are my biggest weakness, by the way. If you haven't picked up on that. You know what else I did? Arm studies. Pages of arm studies. Look at all those arms. Look at those arms. You know what else I did? Arm anatomy. Break that shit down muscle by muscle. All of them. I know all the muscles. Look at those muscles. It doesn't help. Nothing matters. You know, I can draw. I can draw. Don't mind some of these are kind of goofy. Like, he's great. Like, I know I swear in concept, I know how to draw. In practice, I just don't, man. This is not the right thing. I just don't get it, dude. It's like some days I know what I'm doing, and some days I'm this, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I know using references isn't cheating. I support using references, but finding a reference doesn't always work well. Like I'm just not gonna find like the exact reference I need. Like I need such a specific reference, such a specific pose that I don't think I'm gonna get here. And I don't know what I want to do. I don't know, man. Maybe okay. Let's start over. Let's start over in terms of sketching. Okay. Nope, not what I wanted. Keep the reference. Okay. Sometimes you gotta make the reference yourself or have a friend pose for you. Hey, Emily, you wanna pose for me? I'm gonna go be like, hey, stand still for a second. See, here's the thing. I'm always fine doing poses on myself. Like, I've used myself for references. But there's a small issue. A, male or female. B, you just show up. I forget you can do that. Corpse is really loud in my ears right now. I think this is Hot Demon Bitches near you.
Am I posing?
Do you wanna? Oh, it's Noah Khan. Sorry, talking to someone while music switches suddenly throws me way off beat. Do you like my... It's not what I want.
Oh, hello.
It's not what I want. I can't find pose references for what I'm trying to do.
Emily's in pajamas.
Emily's in my pajamas. Not my pajamas. Emily's in her pajamas. You want to slip into my pajamas? My pajamas are big enough. We could fit both of us.
Yeah.
I'm wearing 4XL bands.
I could fit in one of the legs.
Emily could genuinely just fit into one of the... I'm starting to consider I could. These are so big on me. Anyways. Pose for the fans. No. Paint me like one of your French mods. First off, you're not a mod. Secondly, you're not French.
First off.
Third off, I could fit 2 Emilys in each leg. I would love an Emily in my leg.
Can I please not be a measurement?
Source of measurement. Hey, how tall are you? I'm like most of an Emily.
I don't want to be a measurement. I never asked for that.
I'm 97% of an Emily tall.
That's not what I wanted when I grew up.
That wasn't your dream?
No. What am I doing? This thing?
Yeah, but
But sad.
Well, I'm always sad.
You can take my shirt off?
No, please don't.
I can take my shirt off.
I'm begging you not to. Chat might be begging you too, but I'm begging you not to. Also, I'm stuck on my blanket again. Ugh. I have one too many blankets that rest upon this chair, and I keep getting stuck on all of them. Okay.
They don't want me to take my shirt off.
No, please don't. Guys, you're a fool.
Is there something wrong with me?
I mean, I could, first of all, I could just do this and just be like, all right, Emily, get naked. Like, don't do that. Anyways, I've never seen Xander be so against Emily taking her shirt off. Only because I'm live, let's be clear. Oblivion came in with the win. Paint me like one of your French mods. Got it, Oblivion. Send me the pose. Waist, but you're also like on like the fabric of shirt there.
I'm so sad.
And you're so sad. You also don't have to be on camera. I'm just gonna take a picture for you.
Do I need to do the emotion too?
No, you don't have to use your face. The face is okay. It just rolls eyes back. But like be like hunchy in. Yeah, that's what I want. I want this. Thanks. I get to abuse my roommate. Thanks, Emily. Cool. Yippee, boys. The body shame hunching cover. I know that so well. No, for real, because that's what this is. Because that's what that is. You really said the body shame hunching cover. I love when I call my roommate and be like, hey, can you hit me with that body shame hunching cover real quick? That'd be great. That'd be so great of you. Also, I'm backing up because I love this song, so fuck you guys. You are listening to Noah Khan a second time. I hope you enjoy him. You really heard me say hunch, and you were like, I know that pose. I know the pose you're referring to. Gotta hit me with one of those. Okay. Now, and I have to do slight adjustments in terms of everything. What's the song name? This is Noah Khan's Come Over. I love this song. It's from the, what album? Stick Season? Come over. I love these songs. I love Noah. Come over. I'm gonna have to like find a way to prop this phone up real quick. I'm in the process of luring out cobwebs, and I say in the wrong way. He does have a very specific pitch and also very specific like ache. And my house was designed for my foot to fit in it. Oh, words I went missing when the stock market crashed, and if they call him. But I promise you, darling, to the view in the morning, you won't ever go back. Come over. Now, am I going to be able to draw just because I have a reference now? Maybe. But it's quite possible that I also will fail this too. I'm just going to try to get like the base concept going here. Well, you guys listen to Noah Khan. I'm going to attempt to draw a body. I know that it ain't much. I know that it ain't true. But you don't have to tell the other kids at school. The devil's rich will be the big house on the block. Someday I'm gonna be somebody people want. But I'm in the business of losing your interest, and I turn a profit each time that we speak. Don't you know there's a coffin buried under the garden? Was there when we left here, be there when we leave. Okay. That feels more accurate. I feel like we're getting to what bodies are supposed to look like. And the sunlight leaves your face in a cloud of lightning, and the out will break into the beginning to erase. This is a little messy, but we're kind of getting towards what a body looks like. It feels better, but it's also like no idea what's really made it feel better. Like it just is. Yeah, this versus... Okay. So, the differences here is, one, my shoulders, I had gone way too broad on the shoulders. I'd gone too broad on the shoulders here in comparison. I did way too triangular of a shape. I needed more of a box, because of the way that the body comes in. Arm length there is pretty accurate. My forearm was too small. I tried to cut cross instead of going down and across with the arms. The fold in is not so dramatic. He'd have to like move to get his arm in front of that. That's about it. And then when you're down, your ears are above your eyes. So it'd be like ears there, eyes there, nose down, and then the hair will be like here. Something like that. Something along those lines will be kind of what happens. You get me? Something like this. Was the Discord notification you or me? No idea. My Discord is set to streamer mode, so you won't be able to hear my notifications. I am on streamer mode. All right. But yeah, I mean, I think most of it is the shoulder shape is really what I had wrong. If I had just curved these boys in and gone down instead. I forget that when you fold in, like your shoulders round a lot. But yeah, anyways. It looks like that's most of the differences. Also, maybe that I had the heads a little too small. And now Azazel does come in a lot for his waist. He has a fairly thin waist. But like not like obscenely thin. And then I gotta get that shape going on because then his hips do be doing the thing. I am so bad at symmetry, which is why I use the symmetry tool. But we've got like this look going on, and then obviously like the skirt will go there so you don't have to see this. But this is too long. Too long of a torso. Cut that shit down. Bring those hips up here, boy. That might still even be a little too long. Hang on a damn second. Line these hips up, boy. Oh, he's like all the way down there. Okay. That feels a little bit more accurate. And then the shoulder blades. Okay. And then the skirt will be like here. Right? Skirt situation going on. And then this will go down. And then da da da. And then this will go down. And then it'll da da da. Like that. And then thighs. Does that look accurate? And then we'll have hair here. Does that look like more like a correct shape? This arm feels a little bit long. I think I need to like do that. The elbow should probably meet the bottom of it, but without tangent lining. I feel like that's a little bit better. And then in this situation, it goes here. Don't let it get me down. Okay. And then shoulder to elbow. Shoulder to elbow. Okay. Just about. Yeah. Shoulder to elbow. Okay. Elbow to hand. Elbow to hand. Perfect. Dope. All right. Tip for you guys. Hi, Tyrio. Tyrio, you would never believe who we're drawing. You'd never guess who we're drawing. Deltoids. We gotta love those deltoids. I love deltoids. Hey, Xander, are both your OCs man whores by chance? Not all of my OCs are man whores. I'm going to be honest. A lot of my OCs are man whores. Let's be real. Let's be blunt. Let's be honest. I got a lot of man whores. My three traits for men is I like them sad, rotting, and naked. That's how I like my men. Those are the men that those are the characters I like. Those are the characters I make. If I'm going to be designing a man, they're going to be sad, rotting, and naked every single time. Now, rotting is very, very vague. Rotting can be mentally, it can be physically, it can be illness, it can be trauma, but in some way they have to be actively degrading. They have to be actively coming apart at the seams, physically or mentally, right? They've got to be naked. They got to be slutty. That's just the thing. They got to be wearing no clothes or very tight clothes. And they've got to be sad. Always. Gotta have some sad in them. Those are my men. So, is the music too loud or is it the right volume? Are we good here? I can't believe it's true. My dumb stepdad's drowning in a submarine. I'm locking at the blink, so I'm gonna get his money. My dumb stepdad's drowning in a submarine. I'm gonna be a billionaire and all I did was nothing. Drowning in a submarine. He's just a baby. Yeah, he's my baby. I have a hammer for whoever called my sweet baby boy a man whore. He's just a baby. How was I meant to know that? Listen, first off, let me clarify. Azazel is not a baby. Azazel is, I think he's 21? 22? 21? I've changed it a couple times since I started writing it. Azazel is a fully grown adult. No, maybe he's 19. He's over the age of 18. I don't remember how old he is right now. But he's not legally a baby. But he is an adult man. If you want to call him a man whore, that is okay. He is 19. Is he this time? Okay. I'm checking because I've changed it several times. I've changed his age several times in the writing of this. And all I did was nothing. My dumb stepdad's drowning in a submarine. I'm gonna get his money. This is the wrong thing. I need Lamb of God. There we are. And all I did was nothing. Zazel, how old are you? My dumb stepdad's drowning in a submarine. I'm looking at the blank show. I'm gonna get his money. My dumb stepdad's drowning in a submarine. And all I did was nothing. How old are you? Yeah, it is 19. You're right. Okay. I don't know why I question you, because you're always right, but I did question you. I'm sorry. No. No, maybe you're wrong. Hang on. Hang on. You might not be wrong. How old... No, it is 19. You're right. I think. You're right. I don't know why I literally ever question you. You're always right. You know my characters better than I know my characters. Every time it's true. Every single time. All I know is he's 22 initially, you changed your mind and made him 19. I can't tell you if you've changed your mind since then or not. Okay, so he is 19. I'm sorry I questioned you. I'm sorry. So he is 19 years old, which again, the point of looking that up for me was because I wanted to make sure you guys were legally allowed to be calling him a man whore, which you are. Legally, that is permitted. Now, is he still Tyrio's baby boy? I suppose. If not, we change it to boy whore. No. You don't call the under the 18 boy whores. Baby girl, for real. If we keep saying legally, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. I always feel like that. Oh, Eleanor Rigby is here. Hello, Eleanor Rigby. I love this song. All right. Okay. I'm trying to figure out this dude's anatomy here. So his chest would be like here. Is that where his chest would be? It doesn't have to be super defined. I just need to know for his tattoos. Okay. All right, let's try to do a little bit of a cleaner one. Also, I'm going to blast the music for a second, just for this one. So loud music warning for a moment. Sorry, had to hit that. Oh, that feels good. I feel terrible for the VOD watchers. Oh yeah, fuck the VOD watchers. Fuck y'all. Let's be real. Who watches these? I post these VODs for myself, so I have like a backlog of my life because I like recording my own life. I like having a memory of that. But who watches these VODs? No one's being like, man, I want to sit and watch Xander not live sit and draw Azazel. I do sometimes. Okay, no, hang on. Let's back up here. I do regularly. Hang on. Normally, like, game ones, right? Like, y'all aren't watching the art VODs back, are you? For real, for real? You gotta be for real, for real. I like the convos. Really? Y'all are crazy. Interesting. All the lonely people. The art VODs are my saving grace for motivation. Wait, I'll cry. Thanks, guys. Okay, do the playlists help? Hang on. I need some clarification. VOD watchers, do you watch them on Twitch or on YouTube? I hardly have the attention span to be here in the lives. No, for real. That is, I don't watch VODs back. There are so few VODs that I'll watch, and it's very specific people. Okay, so Ren, you watch them on Twitch, which is wild. YouTube, because it helps more. Correct, it does. Both depending on if it's still up. Okay, Twitch if I can catch it fast, YouTube if not. Okay, for you, if you guys, okay, I'm gonna sound like a loser here. If you guys are VOD watchers and you are capable of it, watching it on YouTube does a shit ton more for the channel and for like spreading things. So if you want to be, if you want to be one of those people who help the channel out with little stupid shit, go watch them on YouTube if you can, because it also keeps track of my numbers. Then I can keep track of if people actually need or want to watch the VODs, or if I don't need to be uploading them. You also, that is not a requirement. I don't have to be like, guys, you need to go watch my VODs on YouTube. You're all good. But if you're one of those people like, I can't support the channel because I don't have money, the way you support the channel is always YouTube, because that's going to be the better way to push the channel. It helps. And also, I've been really meticulous about this ever since I started the channel, which takes a little bit of effort on my end, but not so much that it's not worth it. Let me see if I can game capture this. So I am really meticulous about my playlists. So if there's anything you want to watch from the minute I started uploading VODs, I am super meticulous in keeping playlisted everything. So if you want to watch the subathon that just ended, I have the entire subathon in all of its parts labeled with what they are, and they're all uploaded onto one playlist that is the entire subathon. If you are specifically into watching the art VODs, where are they? Art VODs. This is the playlist. It's got 69 videos. So if you were specifically an art VOD bitch, you can go right here, and it goes all the way back to the Dream SMP tarot card drawings, which was over a year ago now. So you can go back and watch all of these, which was, this one was the Hierophant, this one. Ooh, that's weird looking back at myself. I look different. Anyways, Manic Pixie Rambo. There's a lot. Was Rambo a good character? And the animatics, the bloodline designs, Phil's fingers. Like there's everything is in here. Local Idiot discovers plaid. I have the entire. I've got Zan rants, which is specifically videos where I go on rants about specific things. It's also where you'll find reaction videos. Did you ever finish the cards? I did not. I've been considering posting them recently. I've been considering giving in and posting the finished ones. I never did finish. And the reasoning is because Techno passed not long before I was supposed to do his card, and I couldn't bring myself to draw his card, and I gave in. Like I tried and tried and tried and tried, and then I couldn't do it, so I gave in. But Dragonfall is that specific world in which I'm the dragon origin, where we've been trying to build that dragon skeleton. This playlist has everything I've done, the entire year of that one, which we're still not done with. I want to get back onto eventually. Variety games with Minecraft, just variety games in general. Xander and Friends is a bunch of videos of me dicking around, specifically dicking around with my friends. Like different like Phasmophobia updates. I don't know what half of these are. Sea Madness. It's just me dicking around with my friends. The viewer SMP, all of the viewer SMP things are on here. The first subathon, second subathon, third subathon, and fourth subathon.
Time to bake pies with you in the background. Here's my money.
Thank you for the money. I hope your pie goes well. Thanks for the 26 months, Tyrio. My God. But yeah, anyways, so I try to be really, really specific about keeping everything uploaded and updated and all of that shit on there. So if it's something that if you like VODs, it helps out the channel. Anyhoodles, back to drawing this sad fucker. What kind of pies are you making? I'm curious. But yeah, no, I never did complete the cards. I have, where is it? These. These are the ones I got done. So I did Amesy, Dream, Callahan, Captain Puffy, Schlatt, Dream XD, Sapnap and Carl, Sam, Willibur, Rambu, Slimesicle, and then I attempted to begin Technos, and I couldn't quite get myself to do it. I did a bunch of different poses. I couldn't find one that I liked. This was supposed to be him sitting in a chair. There was just, I couldn't quite find what I wanted. And I couldn't do it, so I gave up. So maybe someday I'll just post all of these drawings for people to see. I had like all of the things like planned out and everything, but I got caught on Technos and I never finished. And I only got like halfway through them, and then I still had to do like all of the other stuff, but whatever. Just another project I started and didn't finish. That is not new for me. Bro, lengthened. All right, let's try and draw this boy. I have some thoughts about a TV show I'm watching, and y'all like to listen to me just professionally yap. So maybe I'll give you guys some opinions on it really quickly. This is an unimportant yap. This is a not important yap. But has anybody seen the TV show SWAT? It's like a cop TV show. It's got an actor that I really like in it. But does anybody know that show? Because I have recently started it. Yes, but I don't remember a thing. That is so valid. There's nothing to remember. Anyways, I've recently started watching it because anybody in here a Criminal Minds fan? I'm begging you. Anybody? Do we have Criminal Minds fans in chat? Because I'm a Criminal Minds slut. I fucking love Criminal Minds. It was one of my favorite shows, man. I've seen every episode of every season. NCIS, bitch, that's valid. That's valid. I can't even blame you for that one. I'm a huge Criminal Minds slut, and one of the actors on there, the one who plays Derek Morgan, is one of my favorite actors. I adore everything he acts in. And I don't remember his name right now because I'm just me and I'm just an idiot. But I loved his acting, and he left Criminal Minds and started the show SWAT, where he's the main character instead of one of the side characters. And I was like, I'll give it a shot, you know, give it a little taste, see what I think of it. And I have so many thoughts about it because the show is a lot newer than Criminal Minds, so it's built a little differently, right? And it's a way newer show. And so it's a lot more progressive. And so like I like that it's more progressive. But I can't tell if I like the way it's being progressive, because it seems to center a lot of its plot points around the fact that it is progressive. Like, it's trying to like clap itself on the back and be like, haha, look at the representation we have. Our main character's black and there's a women. It's really pushing it. And like, I am all for diversity and inclusivity and progressiveness in TV shows, but I'm also, you guys have heard me talk about it before, I am not a huge fan of when your plot point is the fact that your characters are diverse, and when your diverse characters, their whole story is that they're diverse. And Bastard just said average cop show moment. Let me clarify something here. I love cop shows because I think they're fun and stupid to watch and they rot my brain. And I also hate cop shows because they're all propaganda to make you like the police. All cops are bastards. ACAB 1312 lets me very clear about that. But cop shows are funny and stupid, and I like watching people get shot. All I care about. And that's, I like watching the crimes. I like seeing if I can solve them before the TV show does. That's why I like Criminal Minds so much. Profiling shit is so funny. I think it's cool. I think the behavioral analysis is interesting. That's really all it is. Fuck the cops. That's so American core. No, for real. All cop shows are, they're all propaganda. They're all just trying to make you like the police force. They're trying to make them seem quirky and relatable, and like, we have lives too, and you should trust us. Whatever. But anyways, the thing about this show is it starts its first episode being like super clear about the fact that it is racially progressive, right? Because episode 1, I'm gonna spoil episode 1 for you. If you're ever gonna watch the show SWAT, episode 1 spoilers. But in episode 1, they are chasing a shooting suspect, a guy with a gun, shot some people through a black neighborhood, a high crime rate black neighborhood. I think it's like Southern LA or whatever. And they are chasing him through, and one of the cops is like, you know, on it. He's like, I've got it. And it is the team leader of the thing. Surprised an older white man, and he shoots the thing and like shoots at the suspect. And instead of hitting the suspect, or shooting the person who is the suspect, he shoots who he thinks is the suspect and shoots a unarmed, like 15-year-old black kid. I mean, it starts right there. And so main character, who in this show is called Hondo, which is our black main lead, he runs up and he's like, you know, stay with me or whatever. And he's like trying to keep the bullet wound like packed or whatever. And as he's talking to him, he's like, I grew up 2 blocks from here. Like, this is my hood. Like, I've been, you know, I've been scared of this kind of stuff before. Like, I know where we're at, but like, you know, you're not going to die here. I'm going to keep you alive. And he like picks him up, and the hospital's like, we're not going to be here in time. So he picks the kid up and he puts him in the back of the truck and he drives him to the hospital and he saves the kid's life or whatever. And in the show, yeah, Hondo is his name. In the show, the police chief is like, here's how we're going to react to this. And without discussing with anybody, he goes live on press and it's like, today, you know, one of my leads did something unforgivable. And to show that we're behind this community and that we won't let mistakes like this fly, I have terminated him. He's fired. And also the black man who saved the kid's life, he's team lead now. Look, our captain's a black man, which means we support you. Welcome. And like, it is immediately like it's clear racially what's going on. And like, I was kind of like bristling at this point because I'm like, I don't know what this show is trying to tell us, but it was like a TV show built to argue against like the Black Lives Matter versus Blue Lives Matter argument. There's literally an extra who they go to a protest to try to calm the protest down. And there's literally a guy at the protest, a black man, who sees Hondo, a black cop, and it's like, what are you, black or blue? Pick a side. And it's like, oh, we're getting racial in here, brothers. Like, this is intense. It's sure something. I don't know. I don't know how I felt about it, because like, I don't know. Something about it just felt like disingenuous. Like, it felt like a police show trying to respond to the Black Lives Matter protests. And like, there's also like discussion of like the one woman in SWAT being the one woman in SWAT and how she's the only woman in SWAT, and so therefore she has to try twice as hard as everybody else and all of that shit. And and how like the men don't trust her. And I literally just, the episode I just watched, she went to take on a perpetrator one-on-one and he overpowered her. He beat her ass. And so all of the other all of the other men onto the group, not the black men, the white men. There's only one black man. Let's be clear. It is a team full of white men, and there is one black man, Hondo, and one woman, Chris. Like, there's just so much. I don't know, man. I feel like I keep wanting to like it, and then it keeps like trying to say something, and I'm like, listen, you are supposed to be a stupid cop show. Stop trying to impress me with your diversity. It's driving me crazy. Like, just be diverse, and that doesn't need to be the main topic of conversation. You can just be diverse. Like, it is okay. And there's just something about the way they keep toting it around, like, it's so progressive and it knows it, that it's just starting to drive me a little cuckoo. Like, they played one of the things of like this, like Hondo, or not Hondo, was it Tan? Street was like hitting on Chris, the one other female character. And so like he was like hitting on her, and she was like trying to tell him off, and then one of the other dudes was like, man, she's gotten hit on by every dude in this department. You're on her team. Like, you don't need to be adding to that. Stop being a shithead. And he's like, oh yeah, I understand. And they're like, but the reporter woman seems to be really taking a like to you. The reporter that you've been talking to all day. Why don't you ask her out? And he goes to the reporter woman and is like talking to the reporter woman and trying to be like, hey, want to go out tonight? And she's like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'm busy. I can't. He's like, oh, what are you busy with? And Chris, the one woman on the show, walks up and is like, oh, are you ready to go? And he's like, what are you two doing? And she's like, we're going out tonight. And he's like, oh man, like we could all go out together. And she's like, it's kind of a one-on-one thing. And like Chris is like, sorry, I had a date tonight. And it's like, oh, Chris and the reporter woman are going out because Chris, and Street literally says, I thought you liked guys. And she's like, a girl can like both, and walks off. And like the big thing is like, oh, she's a woman and she's a bisexual. Boing, 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 like holy shit. Like it, like, and that plot point has literally never come up again. It was played for a single beat of like, girl boss rejects man because she's into woman, and like this like one moment of like shock, and her being interested in women has not come up again. Not once. Like they keep trying to do these things to build up the character development and the character growth and like try to make them personable. And then instead of like actually using them to like build up the characters in any way that is like recognizable, or like, you know, like, oh, being like, oh man, I'm really starting to feel like I understand this character. Instead, it's just this constant feeling of like lore drops and then moving on. How long are you hoping to stream? I have no idea. My throat isn't doing super well today. I'm gonna drink some water instead of my juice. But I'll be alive for a little while. Like, cat hair, man. I don't know. There's something about all of it that just really gives me the ick. And like, I'm all for progressiveness, but like the queer baiting and like, I guess it's not queer baiting. It feels like the show was written by middle schoolers who are taught that like your characters will be more developed if you give them, you know, lots of like backstory and lots of interesting facts and lots of like, you know everything about them, and just drop that in there randomly and your character will feel full. But like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel, it feels ingenuine. It feels ingenuine the way that they do it. Because like, it's never like an active part of the characters. It's never like a well-developed like act, like in 911. If anybody's ever seen 911, it's another cop show. I'm telling you, I really like cop shows, dude. They're just fun to watch. If you've seen 911, like, that show has queer characters who are actively queer throughout the whole show. It's never played for a bit. It's not played for shock factor. There are just women who love women and men who like men. And like, it's just part of their character, and never like a shock factor. So like, you are more than capable of doing it. There are disabled characters who are long-time reoccurring characters who play important roles in the plot and aren't just, you know, disabled to be on screen in a wheelchair. Like, do you know what I mean? And this most recent episode of SWAT that I just watched, it had a character, a young boy in a wheelchair, because they were doing like a community outreach program to troubled kids. And there were 2 troubled kids that were focused on, a girl and a boy. The boy was in a wheelchair, right? And the guy was like, you know, why, you know, how does a kid like you end up in a troubled teens program? And he's like, what, because I'm in a wheelchair? And he's like, no, because I heard you can get all straight A's at school. Why are you trying to act tough or whatever? And he's like, it's not acting. He's like, you know, you don't have to act strong to get the other kids to respect you. And he's like, I told you I'm not acting. And he's like, you know, you can make friends other ways. You could join, you know, an academic league, or you could join basketball. And the kid's like, basketball? He's like, yeah, I have a friend who's in a wheelchair and he plays on a basketball league. Here's his card. And that is the entire interaction. That's the entire interaction with that kid. They bring on a kid in a wheelchair and they tell him, you can play basketball even in a wheelchair. And then he leaves. And he's an extra who is never seen again and has no emotional significance in the show. But they said it. And then they have another kid in the Troubled Teens program. He's like, you want to go turn the sirens on in the car? And she like jumps in the car with him and he points at the switches. And he's like, just hit the one that says sirens. And she like looks at him and looks at it and hits the one that says lights. And he's like, the lights are cool too, but here, this one's siren. And she like looks all sad and he's like, it's okay. The reading thing is hard. And then at the end of the episode, he's like, hey, you know, he brings her in with the mom, and he's like to the mom, he's like, I think your kid's dyslexic. And she's like, how would you know something like that? And he's like, well, it's because I'm dyslexic. And you know, it'd be really great if you got her tested. And she's like, I don't have the money or the time for that. And he's like, I'd be willing to take her in for you to go get tested. I think it could help her in school. And she's like, oh, okay, I could do that. Dyslexia representation, everybody. She couldn't tell between the words lights and siren, which is not dyslexia. That's a reading disability. She clearly cannot read, because lights and sirens are not even slightly similar. So clearly this is a kid who can't read, not a kid who is dyslexic and mixing up their specific letters. So that's a different problem, but dyslexia can, you know, lead into that if it's not taken care of. And that's your dyslexia representation, is one thing. She flips lights instead of sirens, and he goes, oh, I'm dyslexic. This kid must be dyslexic because she can't read. I think she has dyslexia. Representation, everybody, and never seen again. Literally never seen again. Never comes up again. This isn't representation. It's not. And that's why I keep feeling so weird, because I keep being like, why am I upset? Because this show has so much representation in it. But this is not representation. This isn't how you do representation. Nothing's being represented here. You're just clocking as many brownie points in an episode as physically possible. And this is the same episode where the woman gets beat up and the guy doesn't trust her anymore because she was weaker than the perpetrator. And then guess what? At the end of that episode, they catch the perpetrator, and guess who beats him up? The girl who got her ass beat 20 minutes ago, but now is in full fighting speed and is able to beat him up. Like, so in one episode, we got women can be stronger than men. We got dyslexia, and we got wheelchair can play basketball. Woo! Representation, hitting all those check marks, baby. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Like, and it feels so weird to complain about, because like at the end of the day, it's so good to have characters on screen with these disabilities, or, you know, in these situations where it really is like, wow, like you're being held back or not given the right opportunity because you're a woman or whatever it is. But they're never long-term plots. They're never like actually played for any level of meaning. Like it's genuinely so frustrating. It's driving me a little cuckoo, man. I love the bare minimum for relevance. Yeah, no, genuinely, like it. And I know there are people that I talk to that I know who, if I tried to explain the frustration with this, they would be confused because they'd be like, but the representation is there. You said, you know, I want more disabled people on TV. I want more trans people on TV. I want more queer people on TV. Aren't they doing that for you? I haven't seen the trans character in that show yet, but I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming. Or maybe they're not quite ready to be that progressive yet. Maybe bisexuals are as far as they're willing to go. But like, it just, I don't know, man. I don't know. How do you explain to somebody who isn't like a minority or underrepresented in TV that not all representation is like, and again, that's hard to say because I know sometimes we're all very like, you know, all representation is good representation, but it's not all representation is good representation. Yes, I want to see more queers on TV. Maybe not like this though. Like maybe there's better ways to do this. Like I don't know. It's just thought. When it's their only trait, they are so one-dimensional. I want to kill many things. It's ingenuine because they don't care. No, because they're not representing people. This is just putting minorities on long enough to be able to put a little tag in saying it had the screen time. Yeah, no, genuinely. Like it is the bare minimum for trying to pretend that this is a community that you understand or give a shit about. You're trying to look progressive. You're not. You're not breaking any barriers. You're not winning any fucking trophies. Like I just don't understand. It's like when you're trying to do the most, but you are simply doing the least. You are doing so little. This torso still feels too long. I think I'm gonna do this. Okay. I think that might be more accurate. That is not how pinky fingers work. So I guess it'd be kind of like that. Does that look more accurate? Or is that torso too short now? And also too wide? Maybe? God, I can't tell what's bothering me. Maybe like this? Like that? And these shoulders feel too big. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. These are not characters. These are flat ideas. Yeah. It really is. It's kind of wild. It's just like I just don't understand sometimes, like who's in these writing rooms? Who's getting these ideas out to the writers? Because this is not what we've been asking for. Like this is not the representation we've been begging for. We are simply always out here begging for representation, and this ain't it, Chief. Like I don't get it. But trying so hard to draw today, and it's just for some reason quite hard. Oh, he looks so sad. That might be a little too sad. I might have gone a little too sad here. I need to be slightly less sad. Hang on. I've gone too sad. Back up. Oh god, I don't know what I'm doing. Why does his face look so long? Why is it so long? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to draw, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I really don't. I don't. Something like this. I don't know. I'm gonna kill myself. I just wanted to get the concept of him down, and it's just not good. First of all. Second of all. Everything about this is so bad. I don't know how to draw today, guys. I don't know why I decided to do an art stream. Like I couldn't tell you. Okay. I was trying to do like his head being down a little bit. It's not doing what I want it to do. All of this makes me want to die today. Anyways, we're gonna have to figure out what the fuck I'm doing today, because this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. I can't look at this. Some days I just can't draw, man. This is wrong too. All of this is wrong. Everything about this is wrong. The face shape's wrong. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, well, I can bring up a conversation topic to talk about for 5 hours. Yeah, go for it. I just found my screenshot of Wobble Dog Earwax Juno. Jesus Christ. Go ahead. Bring up a conversation topic that we can talk about for 5 hours. Good luck. Go for it. I'm sorry if I am super uninteresting today. I had some thoughts about a single TV show, and that's kind of all I've got in my head today. And I don't have a whole lot to offer you guys today. I apologize. But I also can't draw today, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Why is Mr. Ranch so cute but also so icky? Who is Mr. Ranch? Who is Mr. Ranch? Because yesterday, Mr. Ranch was the vampire. Is that who you're referring to? Any thoughts on the villainization of autism in pop culture? I don't know where the fuck that came from, but we can chat about it. If that's the topic you want to hit. Villainization of autism in pop culture. That's a difficult one. I'm doing a report on it. Okay, here's the thing. autism is only played a couple of ways in media that I have seen. It is played for babying. You know, it's to baby a character, to infantilization of it, right? Be like, oh, look at this character who just doesn't understand. They just simply don't understand. They're so baby. They're so innocent, and they can't do anything wrong because they just don't understand. You know, they simply don't know. They don't know any better. Baby. Or it is used to say, you know, these people lack the ability to be empathetic. You know, these people have no empathy for other people. They are not capable of love. They're not capable of whatever it is that they want to try to bring up that time. They're like, you know, these people are incapable of feeling. And that's like a whole nother thing they like to try to do in terms of like turning it into like an evil trait. Or they're masterminds, right? They're Sheldon, they're the good doctor, they're whatever. I've never heard of this. That is so fucking dehumanizing. Oh, it's wild. So, okay, couple examples, right? So first it's savant syndrome. People assuming if you're autistic, you are severely disabled socially and severely enabled in another thing. Good doctor being like, he can visually see inside of people's bodies and he's the best surgeon you've ever met, but socially incapable. Incapable of feelings, incapable of emotions, very blunt, very rude. The same thing with Sheldon, doesn't understand social situations, but is very endearing because of it. And then it's like the concept of they're superheroes, right? Yes, they're the crammed in the box of stupid superhero or psychopath. Exactly that. And the good doctor and Sheldon are two different versions of the same problem. They both face savant syndrome, meaning both of them are seen as, you know, autistic in social situations and superhero in something else. Good doctor being anatomy-wise, Sheldon Cooper being, you know, with math and science, right? But they're played as two different versions of it. Sheldon is played as the infantization of it, right? He's Sheldon Cooper. He's so smart, but oh, he's so cute. He doesn't understand the social situations. He doesn't understand why when he says this thing, it's weird. He just knock, 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 penny, knock, 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 penny, knock, 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 penny. Oh, isn't that cute and quirky? He's so silly. He's so funny. He's a joke. He's lighthearted. He's never to be taken seriously. Versus the good doctor, in which he has the savant syndrome, right? So he is a genius, just like Sheldon is. This one is an anatomy based, but instead of being played for, oh, he's so silly, he's such a goofy guy, play him for laughs, he's played for drama, which means he is seen as the villain many times. He's not the villain of the story, he's the hero, but he is incapable of empathy, incapable of sympathy, incapable of considering other people's feelings in any scenario ever. If somebody's dying, he'll just say, yep, you are dying. And there is no reason to not tell you that you're dying. Like, he is incapable of processing the thought that other human beings have emotions. And thus, he is a social issue, a social menace. Like, it's way too different. Like, they're both played the same way, but on completely different ends of the spectrum. Like, it is quite difficult. I watched all of Good Doctor and didn't notice this. I also have watched a lot of Good Doctor. Go back and watch, and they usually will fix it, right? By the end of the episode, somebody has found a way to explain it to him, and he'll sit down and try to talk to the person honestly and try to be kind about it, right? He's like learning the situations. But especially in the beginning, and usually at the beginning of episodes, he gets in trouble a lot because he doesn't know how to consider other people's feelings in the way that he words things. He talks without subtext. He says things bluntly and honestly, but he is somehow shown incapable of doing that. Why can't we get an autistic person with a stupid special interest? Why can't they info dump for hours about a super niche subject? Why does it always have to be science, math, or technology? Yeah, because you're not useful if you're autistic and you're not interested in something that's useful. Like, that's really all it is. Like, it's wild, man. Also, if you've noticed, a lot of autistic characters will be depicted as either alien or robot because they are incapable of being depicted human. Like if you look into like older depictions of autism or autistic coded characters, they are always alien. Who's it? Spock is autistic coded because he's an alien, so he doesn't understand human emotions, or a robot or a cyborg who doesn't understand human emotions. They are always depicted as non-human. Yeah, but not all people with autism are like that. Some people are hypersensitive. Why can't we have that? Because that's not viewed the same. It's not. I'm a hypersensitive. I am terrible at seeing emotional cues and understanding them, and thus I am hyper vigilant looking for them. I'm hypersensitive to them. Does that mean that some days I turn it off because I'm exhausted and choose not to read anybody's signs? Yeah, I sure do. But I am hypersensitive to them. This drawing is making me want to commit massive war crimes. But yeah, the autistic representation is pretty abysmal in the world of media. We have a lot to work for in that regard. Yeah, as much as I love She-Ra, Entrapped just felt so infantizing of autism. Like, it felt like she was there to play the dumb, silly baby. Yeah, she was. I love Entrapta, and she is very clearly an autistic coded character. And do not get me wrong, I love She-Ra, and I love Entrapta. I love her. But she is displayed as incredibly low support needs, but high level in terms of her autistic tendencies, in that she is incapable of understanding people's emotions, incapable of understanding how emotions should play into things. Therefore, she has no loyalty to her friends. Like, she always will choose, like, she has no concept of safety. She will always choose her fixation on tech above everything else, including her friends. Like, it is wild. Yes, yeah, the princess ball was wild. There is a scene in terms of which her friends literally put her on a leash to not lose her. It's just, it's wild. And they have to like trick her into doing things where they're like, Entrapta, we have to go and do this thing. Why? Because we have to go and do this. Why? Because we have to go there. And she doesn't quite get it. And they're like, there'll be tech there. And she'll be like, where? And like runs. It's like, like, really, guys? Come on now. We can do better than that. We can do better, y'all. But we are getting better in representation. As a leash kid diagnosis, I am fuming. I'm gonna be honest. There are cases in which leash kids are reasonable. Especially with high support need autistic kids, especially in high danger situations, as in near highways, and especially in cases of elopement. I knew some autistic kids growing up, family members of friends or in the community, who were incredibly elopement prone, meaning that they would just sprint off. And when these kids are young and they're fast and you're in a situation where it could be dangerous if they get away from you, putting a leash on a kid sometimes is a great way to get them to safely traverse an environment without having to like physically restrain them. Leashes make sense sometimes, but not all the time, and not adults and whatever. I hate when people say autism, ADHD have superpowers because of hyperfixation, hyperfocus, special interest. Most of the time it's not useful. I don't hold vast amounts of information in my brain. I forget to eat because I'm playing Minecraft. I can talk about stupid Minecraft shows all day, but I can't remember what homework I was assigned this morning. Yeah. People don't get that autism and ADHD, especially when you put those bitches together, like me and many others, It is a disability. I am disabled. I am less capable of doing things than other people are. I am. Am I smart? Yeah, there are some subjects I'm incredibly smart with. I pick things up really well. I function really great under some circumstances. But I am more often than not worse off because of my disabilities or disorders. I feel weird saying disabilities. I don't like labeling myself as disabled because I feel like I don't deserve that label. But it is disingenuous to not be honest about it. I don't know, man. Like, people just need to be real about it. Like, it's just, it's not, ADHD isn't like the quirky, like, oh my god, squirrel, like, whatever. It's like, I am in trouble at my job right now. It is, I just got a coaching at my job because I am on a time-sensitive job and I suffer with time blindness and thus struggle severely under a time-sensitive job. I've gotten to the point in my job now, the one that I'm working right now, that I'm starting to worry that I can't do this long term, and I need to start looking for another job that can support me and still allow the travel that I have, because I don't think I'm gonna last in this job. I've already been told several times, you are amazing at customer service, but because this is a virtual position, it is a call center position, call centers are number-based, they are time-based. Call centers aren't for everyone. I've been told by my boss several times, call centers aren't for everyone. And fuck me, I am trying to keep this job. But I am officially worried that I need to start looking for another job. And my mom's like, why? This job is so good for you. You can travel, you can work remotely, like it's got everything you need. I can't do it. Like, me shocked when my disability disables me, and my mom who doesn't get that. She's like, you just need to focus more. Like, that's not the problem. Because people who aren't disabled will always say, if you just try harder. I remember talking with a parent of a kid. I was like, listen, I am under the impression that your child may be on the spectrum. It was just like a lighthearted conversation, not lighthearted, but like a very surface level function, right? I was like, listen, I am under the impression that it's possible that your child may be on the spectrum. I'm seeing a lot of symptoms. I'm seeing a lot of the traits. And I'm also starting to see the unrest that it's causing because they believe they're broken. They believe there is something wrong with them because they don't know that they may be on the spectrum, but they're not connecting with their peers. They're struggling with communication and connection in their peers. They're struggling to understand the social rules in terms of school and teenagehood and social media. They're struggling to pay attention and focus. It is really this struggle. And I was trying to bring it up to this parent, and they immediately were like, I don't want to put that label on my kid because I don't ever want them to use that as an excuse to not try hard. It's not okay to say, well, I can't do this because I'm autistic. I can't do this because I'm ADHD. And I know I try to never use those words. I never say, like, I can't do this because I'm autistic. I'm autistic and therefore I can't do this thing. But there are things that I borderline cannot do because with a disability, there are abilities that I am unable to do. And or take so much from me that it is not sustainable. That's where I have that issue. That's where it becomes important to discuss. That's what people aren't realizing. And people who don't have disabilities are always going to view that as being lazy or an excuse to not try when everybody else is able to. Everybody else isn't disabled. Not everybody else is dealing with this. Like, obviously not everybody's going to struggle with this thing. Well, if everybody else can do it, well, everybody else isn't me. That's just the reality of it. And I'm never not going to try something because I'm autistic or ADHD. I'm never going to be like, well, I know I can't do that because of my disorder. Like, I'm not even going to try. I will try. But I'll try and I'll put my heart and soul into it and I will burn myself out to the point that I can't do anything anymore and I will crumble. Holding jobs is really fucking hard for me, man. It's really fucking hard, and it's starting to stress me out. Sorry, I didn't mean to get on this conversation. Now Slim Shady's playing. Now everyone report to the dance floor. To the dance floor. To the dance floor. Now everyone report to the dance floor. Alright, stop. Pajama time. Come here, little kitty. I can't sing this one live on Twitch. I have to be careful. This is one of the songs on my liked playlist where I would probably talk over it for a moment, and I'm glad the VODs don't play it, because this section of the song is really it's Slim Shady. This is one of those songs I would probably skip, but I'm letting it play for a moment because it's really inappropriate in the beginning and then it's fine later, but I'm trying to talk over the part that's really bad. Okay, this is kind of all right. I think we're past the worst part of it. This song's really inappropriate. It's really bad. It's a good song though. And then it makes a fart joke. My CD just skipped, and everyone just heard you let one rip. Now I'm gonna make you dance. That's your chance. Yeah, boy, shake that thing. Whoops, I mean girl. Girl, 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 girl. You know you're my world. All right, now lose it. I love this song. I love this song. Is it inappropriate? Yes. Does it make jokes it shouldn't? Yes. Is it still a good song? Absolutely. And it's my day. Of a Sunday. I don't know what day. Every day is just a holiday. Been easy. What I know is when I get there, someone's gonna touch my body. And I'm feeling just a little stressed out from work. Can you punch me in the stomach and put my, maybe gouge my eyes out? What's your name, girl? What's your sign? Dear God goes blind. I'm just trying to unwind. Anyways. Yeah, boy, shake that thing. Whoops, I mean girl. Girl, 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 girl. You know you're my world. Right now, lose it. Anyways, I love Eminem. I can't fucking write a paper by myself. I wish I could. I love writing, but I fucking can't. I'll just keep getting told I'm not trying. No, I mean it, man. It's crazy. All right, hang on. Let me read what you guys are saying. I'm scrolling up. As a leash kid, it wasn't that annoying and probably was really useful for my parents. Yeah, leash your kids. The parts where she was with the Horde were so real. Autistic people are so often taken advantage of because their special interest is deemed useful. Yeah, Pokemon cards for me in 2nd grade, FNAF merch in 6th grade, and the list can go on forever. But I feel like Entrapted's Horde arc showed how autistic people get advantage of. Yeah, I agree with that. A little romance or butt squeezing. It's this season. Just go. Sorry, I shouldn't be singing Eminem during this conversation. It makes me feel like shit every time because all of the good and admirable things about ADHD I just don't have. I fail in every aspect that people use to say, hey, look, it's okay that you have this problem because there's good sides too, but I don't do that. So what am I? What is there if the only thing that you can admire about my disability I lack? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You don't need to have the good parts of a disability because guess what? It's not a superpower. It's a disability. There's not supposed to be upsides. People just want to make it seem like, oh, but you're ADHD, so you can focus really well on things and you're great at multitasking, and it's an excuse to not let your disability disable you. When people try to say the upsides or the strong parts of the disability, like the superpowers your disability gives you, it is them trying to not give you an excuse. Try to remove your disability's ability to disable you. They're like, oh, but you're so good at these other things. No. That is like telling someone, oh, I know you broke your leg, so you know you can't walk, but you've got crutches, so you actually have 3 legs instead of 2 right now, so you can move faster than us, and also you get to use the elevator, and also you have a cast on, which your cast is harder and stronger than my leg, so actually you can do everything I can do, and therefore, because you have crutches and have 3 legs instead of 2, you can run the mile. Because yeah, your leg is broken, but that's not a disability. Look, you've got your crutches, so you're fine. Go run the mile. That is literally all it is. People being like, oh, well, ADHD makes you better at multitasking, and ADHD makes you better at focusing for long periods of time, and it makes you better at whatever. They're trying to stop you from using your disability as a disability and trying to tell you that you're fine and that you don't need help. Like, you don't. Your disability isn't supposed to have upsides. It's a disability. The upsides are you. The good parts are you. Like, you are good. and competent and abled and smart and funny and kind and all of the things that you are incredibly good at keeping an eye on a lot of people. Abby, I'm talking at you at this point. You keep a great eye on the community you're in. You put everything into like helping out the mod team, to helping out the server. Like, you do so much here. It has nothing to do with your disability or the upsides of it. It's just you being a good person. AV! We are having a chat today, Queen. Hey, how are you? Hello. Gay Station, thank you so much for the follow. My name is Xander. Welcome home. It is good to have you. AV, how was stream? I hope you're so well. Avi's making you babysit us while she eats. Hey, happy to be of service. Happy to be of service. It's slash, not exclamation point. How are we? How are we? There we are. Thank you. Go follow AV if you don't already. Most of my viewers are already raiding our AV. Sleep well if you're heading out. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for taking care of us. Thanks for trusting everyone over here. We are talking ADHD and autism right now, actually, chatters. So that should probably be relatable for most of you, because you're Twitch viewers. I just called all of you autistic. Sorry. Have a great stream, Xander. Have a great stream, AV. Have a great night. Sleep well. But yeah, that's the, yeah. Who even got that? Because I messed up like 3 times. Yeah, it's okay. The commands are hard, but y'all are taking care of it. But yeah, none of us can shout out effectively. Hey, my mod team's great. They do everything great. My name's Vita. Gay Station is just because I'm queer and people keep calling me the PlayStation Vita, so I played into. I love that PlayStation Gay Station Vita. I'd be happy to call you Vita. I apologize that I called you Gay Station, but I'll call you Vita. Xander, I can make you a pie without lag. Dope. Hey, Autism Gang. Welcome back to another episode of Kool-Aid Baptism. Welcome, Autism Gang. We're drawing a gay boy while we're autisming. We're talking about autism and ADHDs and disabilities and all of those cool shits. But anyways, like, it's an exhausting life. I literally have a disorder. I do have issues doing certain things, but the imposter syndrome is really hard. It genuinely is, especially with things like autism and ADHD, because right now everybody's got it or whatever, so it makes it harder to like feel genuine about like having it and struggling with it. And honestly, just everything about everything right now is a little hard. But we're all out here simply doing our best. Trying to do like, I am so hungry, even though I swear I had lunch. Drawing his eye shape is so hard for me right now. Remind me to hop into Scoot Dude's VC after this, because I want to talk about my newest fixation, and I think you'd find it interesting. It's warrior cats. Great. Is it ever not warrior cats? I say that lovingly. People keep assuming I'm a troll, though, and my name everywhere else is Vita something, so I may change it. Why would you be a troll for being a gay station? You're not a troll. Are you? Are you, Vita? I guess we'll find out. What pies are you making? Papa's Pies Bakeria? Oh. I forgot you were playing. I legit just thought you were baking pies. I just genuinely thought you've been baking pies in your kitchen. I am a fool. I'm a fool. At least I feel a little like a fool now. I've clearly been mistaken. I just need such a tired looking boy. Oh, there, look at those tired eyes. Look at that exhausted boy. That's what I needed. There we go. We're getting somewhere. And then I need to move this one like here. Okay, let's see if this is looking okay. Yeah, I think this is. Like that. Thin-lipped motherfucker. Oh my god, everything I draw is on such a bad curve. I struggle so much with this. Why do I draw like this, man? I don't know why I struggle so bad with drawing things on such a fucking curve, bro. Like I just every time I draw, it just warps to the left. Every character I draw is having a constant stroke. You just saw the lore trailer, it's fire. Which lore trailer? Which one are we looking at? Because we have God, how many of them do we have? How many are out so far? 6 of them, right? Yeah, we've got 6 out so far. The most recent one? Yeah, is that the oh, which one actually? The most recent short, I'm guessing then? The most recent one is the shorts. Yeah, Xander's Nightmare is the most recent one. Yeah, Xander's Nightmare. Yeah, we've got the 3 character trailers and the 3 Nightmare trailers. I feel like everything I'm doing is wrong right now. Why is Carol of the Bells playing? Bum, 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 bum. I'm turning this up, bro. Carol of the Bells bops. No, this isn't Carol of the Bells. Yes, it is. No, this is. I actually don't. Sorry, I don't remember what the song is called. Dun 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 dun. Why are we listening to Christmas music right now? I don't know, but it is playing and it's bomb, so I'm just letting it play. Bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum. I don't know how to draw today, bro. I'm telling you, everything I try to draw, I just keep getting worse. Dun 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 dun. I think his hairline is too far down too. Is his head too big? His ears are too big and too high up. Bro, one of these days I will learn how to draw, and it ain't gonna be today. Does this look good? Are his shoulders still too wide? Is this Float On? It says Float On. I love this song. Back to the disability representation in Meta. Avatar The Last Airbender did it so fucking right. Avatar The Last Airbender did everything right. Let's be honest. What happens with drawing practice is just doodling stupid shit that comes to mind and having fun with it. I promise, I can draw. I just have days where I physically can't. Like, I promise, I always feel like I have to defend myself. Like, I can draw. I swear, I promise, I swear, I can draw. I promise I can draw. I can draw. I can draw. I promise I can draw. Every time there's a new people, I always have to be like, I swear, like, I can do that. I can draw. I can draw. I promise I can draw. I can draw in so many styles. I can do so much. I swear. I swear. Am I good at it? No, but I can. Just some days I'm really bad at it. Some days are bad. I can't tell if his shoulders are too wide or his hips are too thin or his head's too big. Like, everything about this anatomy just feels wrong. And I just don't get what it is. Flip the canvas? I have. It still isn't right, but it doesn't feel any better. It feels worse. It feels worse. This cuts in too much, I think. I can't, something's wrong about the proportions here. Like, something's really wrong. That just got held. I'll allow that. Don't push yourself too much. He's an athletic twink boy. That's fire too. Yeah, I mean, it is, but he's not... something doesn't feel right. I don't know if it's that he's... I don't... Something's wrong, man. Something's wrong. Oh, I've also just deleted his neck. He does have a neck, I promise. It's not super clear that he's looking down. I need to, like, move his eyebrows down and then maybe move his mouth down as well. Because I think with your face looking down, all of these would be a little lower than normal, including this nose. Now his face just looks longer. Humans are wrong. Also, I look in the mirror every day and realize how oddly shaped another part of my flesh vessel is. Humans are just wrong. Try stepping away for a bit, drawing something else, then coming back to it. That probably, genuinely is going to have to be what I do. I do that at the end of all of my drawings. Let me do this really quickly. I'm doing this because I'm going into my photo reel and I don't know what I have in there, and I don't want to have like lore art or something that I haven't released yet exposed. Let me do this. We're gonna do this, motherfuckers. All right. I've inserted my Azazel. Let's pop it under here. Turn this opacity down. Line that shit up and see what we can do. So, okay, so some things are definitely wrong here. So I'm going to try to line up the head size. Okay. And then also let's set this to 0. And the head shape's going to be a little bit different. But, okay. So now we're kind of looking at this a little bit. So let's see what I can do. Everyone's wrongly shaped in some way, but it doesn't matter. It's cool and epic, I think. I'm missing a whole ass tooth. Go be weird, misshapen. Yeah, but bro, people are all weird and misshapen. This has nothing to do with Azazel being weird and misshapen. It's that his body doesn't, A, look anatomically correct. Like, it doesn't feel like proportionally it looks like Azazel. It's not that he doesn't look right. It's that he doesn't look like him. And that's what's bothering me. So let me duplicate these. Squish 2 of them together. Get rid of them. Turn this way down. And let's do some actual just liquefying to get us to the size and shape we need to be. So let's do so the shoulders needed to be a little wider and a little bit more down. That feels a little bit more correct. His waist is actually about the correct size. It's a little bit too wide. And also, from the perspective... And I drew his torso really long on this one. This is too long of a torso. But I have it way too high on this one. I have it like down here. And then like this size at least. But then all of this needs to be bigger. And maybe it's that I have this a little too big. That might be a little bit more accurate. Does this feel like we're on a better track? See, he feels too long. And I know I drew this Azazel a little long. I drew him a little long. But his arms also are too short in this version. So let me just take his arms. Let me just snatch up these arms here and just whomp. And also whomp. Maybe that's the issue? Maybe it's that proportionally everything was just a little off? Okay, wait. This isn't perfect, but it feels a little bit more accurate. It feels like I'm getting somewhere. I feel like we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna move this up here. Combine those. Oh wait, undo. Okay, so maybe it's that his head was too big in the general proportions of it. I also think his hips aren't going up at high enough of an angle. Like, I genuinely think I need to do his hips like that, maybe? That feels a little bit more accurate. Like this. So that these are kind of coming in and then going out. And then these would be sitting like here. Okay. That's feeling more like a body. Okay. I feel like we're getting somewhere now. That feels more accurate. I feel like his hips need to come out more as well. I need to give this man just a little bit more birthing hip. We gotta birth a little bit more hip in here. He's gotta have some birth to him, you know what I mean? You know? What do we think? Does that look a little bit more like a human? His arms feel a little tiny bit long now. I don't know. What do we feel like? Right arm curves too much where it meets the shoulder. Is that this arm? Yeah, you're not wrong. But would it be like this? Would it come out more? I feel like that's closer? Higher, perhaps? Something along this line? That's actually not bad. Something like that. It doesn't feel terrible. That's not bad. Okay. I think we got there. I think we figured it out. That took so much effort, but I think we've gotten there. I do still think we need to give this dude more thighs. But I also know Azazel is, the way that I have Azazel designed, he is very thin. He is one of my thinnest OCs for story reason. Like, he is abnormally built. He is a very lanky, very thin character. He has a very, very restrictive diet. I used my single advice for the day. I'm out of mana now. I'm sorry. It's okay. Go ahead and recharge. But yeah, based off of the story, like, he has a very restrictive diet. He has a very restrictive life. He doesn't have a lot of muscle or like fat on his body. Like, he really is just, he is just simply built a certain way, man. I have no idea how to draw thin people. Yeah, and I tend to draw like thin, muscular-ish characters. It's kind of my build, but Azazel stretches it for me. He is my abnormally thin character. He is my, like, you're built a little weird, boy. Like, you're built a little incorrectly. So he's a little bit different for me. The reason they created the word stout, so that's how I draw. Yeah. And I'm really trying to diversify my body types, but it's not great right now. And I recognize that, like, fully and truly. I don't have a lot of female characters. I don't have a lot of plus size characters. I don't have a lot of short characters. It is something I'm working on. but I tend to draw like a very specific type of character because it's the type of character I like to draw. So it's something I'm in the process of getting better at. I've definitely diversified since I was like in middle school in terms of like, you know, my characters look a little bit more diverse nowadays based on like, you know, skin color and like face shape and features like noses and eye shape and stuff like that. I've got a little bit more diversity nowadays than I used to. Like I've kind of branched out somewhat. But I still, for the most part, I have a tendency to draw sad, rotting, naked men. Literally sad, rotting, naked men. That's what I draw, is sad, naked, rotting men. That's all I do. That's like my whole brand. So like it's kind of just it's just kind of what I do. But it's something I am working on. So, and I do have some female characters that I do draw. Not a whole lot of them though. I would love to date sad hot men though. No, for real. Oh, this feels so much better. Okay, this feels more like the shape. Now, the only thing is I am going to probably dramatize his arms even more because again, I want to emphasize the fact that like Azazel is strangely thin. Like I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, this is, you know, just a regular character. Like he is like, I want him to be noticeably thin because that is a piece of his character, which is a struggle for me to push because I have like a body type that I draw and it's not usually quite this thin. I actually need to bring this elbow in a little, I think. But this is, it is a little bit of a push to me for me to really fucking take this dude's body from him. I want him to be built a little weird. Okay. All right. Little shadows under where the ribs are. Yeah. I've got a pretty broad horizon of body types, so thin trips me up every time. Accentuate bones more, little shadows under where the ribs are. Yeah, that's kind of what I explored a little bit with this character. Because throughout his design, he progressively is consistently losing weight because he really is. He's rotting. He's dying. And so like drawing from like muscular legs to very slender legs to like upsettingly slender legs. Specifically like accentuating things like the like normal ankles to like, you know, thin ankles with some calf to like there is some calf at the top, but the ankles are bony. Same thing with like a full thigh versus like these are obviously thin thighs. So like these are upsettingly gapped thighs. Going from like having like a somewhat muscular like ab region where no ribs are present to no longer having muscles and you're starting to see the bend of the ribs to actually genuinely seeing where the rib cage ends and seeing how the body curves in there. And then like you can see this is where the rib cage would be. And then this twists in like it, like, because there's no bone there. This is the shape of his rib cage here. Same thing with like this arm, especially the really sickly arm. It is really down to just bone. The elbow really sticks out. There is literally gaping between the two bones. The skin is fused around them. Like the way that like the chains on his legs bend around it, and then on the thinner ones, they really hang lower because there's not as much movement. There's not as much mass for them to wrap around, so they hang lower. The clothing all hangs lower. Like it's all like little things. Same thing with the face, going from like a very rounded face to a more pronounced face to a gaunt face. This character design is one of my favorites. This is one of my characters, by the way. This is my bloodline character. There is reason in everything, from the balance of his hair to when this hair is split, that balance no longer being there, to his hair no longer being tied up because he can't tie his hair up anymore. The hand is decayed to the point where he's no longer capable of tying up his own hair. There is detail in this character. I love him deeply. I love him a lot. Even the way like the wrist bracelets are tight to his wrist, they're still, you know, they're well fitting, and now these are loose on him. They hang. There's space there. I really value this character a lot. I love this guy. I spent a lot of time designing this boy. He means quite a lot to me. Which is funny because I don't it's been a long time since we've talked about Bloodline or it's been important, but this was a really important character design to me. I had a lot of fun with him. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, back to drawing my Azazel. Oh, I'm gonna have to eat dinner at some point. It's almost 10 p.m. Jesus Christ. Make it important again. We normally do a Bloodline episode about once a year. We normally do it during the main subathon or around the time of the main subathon. So it's usually once per summer we'll do a Bloodline episode. You guys really just have to chew on the lore in between those. I never finished editing the second Bloodline episode. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll do it. I don't really care about this song. I love this song. Okay. Now, let me clean up these boys, because I want it to be a little bit more clear. This is also going to be my line art, so I need to clean it up like a little bit. It doesn't got to be perfect, but my sketches are my line art. I am not doing line art because I hate it. So whatever comes out of my sketch is my line art. But this will probably be like here. Like that, I guess, would be the more accurate version of this. That I'm screwed. That'll be collarbones, I suppose. Hello, I am awake again. Good morning. Hope you're well. And danced in the rain and told you all about it on our first date. Dad doesn't lie, so you can't meet my dad, 'cause you fell in love with the me that went to France. We'll get out of this. We'll get out of this too. I'm not proud of this, but I'm not proud of the truth. And if you run from me, then I'll use my trick on you. The truth is that I'm screwed. Bum, ba-da-da, ba-da-dum. Shout out to anybody else who uses their sketches, their line art. Shit's a mess. We'll get out of this, 'cause I love you, I do. We'll get out of this, 'cause I love you, it's true. But if you're doubting this, if you're doubting that I do, then oh my God, I'm screwed. It's a good song, man. I'm flipping through pages and pages of words. Felt. I mean, every time I pull up my old writing. Do you guys know I have a what do you call it? What do you call those online sheets that keep track of numbers? An Excel sheet? I have an Excel sheet on all the words I've written in like stories that I've written because I wanted to keep track of how many words I actually write. So I was like, man, I really don't write a lot. And then I like did the numbers for it. Spreadsheet. Yeah. Spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet of all the words I've written for like stories specifically, not just like random poems or like whatever, but like actual like story-based writing. It had to be a actual story I was writing, not just like poetry, and it had to be at least 1,000 words to count. And I have a shit ton. Let me see if I can pull it up. I bet you I could pull it up. Sorry, I've gone a little quiet today after my ranting because I'm trying so hard to draw that my brain is like short-circuiting. Word count, here it is. Yeah, okay. I have to make sure all these are allowed to be read out loud. Yeah, okay. This is my word count document. This is my word count document. So currently I have almost 400,000 written words in terms of stories that I've written. I've got like almost 400,000 words, which is crazy. That is so many words. And they're all marked whether they've been abandoned, on hiatus, in progress, or finished. But like all of these are either like short stories I wrote for classes or fan fictions or like books. So like there's a lot. Like I said, they had to be over 1,000 words and an actual story to be included. So this doesn't include like any of my poetry or any of my like less than 1,000 word concepts or little short things. But those that fear us, draft 1 is still my longest book, but Lamb of God is rapidly catching up. Still about 10,000 words behind. And there's actually a... Oh no, this one does have this. I was gonna say, this is... The thing is, so the Dancing with Demons only has the 2017 right of it. There was 2 drafts before that I didn't count, because I can't find them in the full versions anymore. And 2 of them are written in notebooks, and I am not translating that. So, like, there's, like, this is underestimating for sure. But, writing is sure, it sure do be a thing. Oh, wait, hang on, it sure do be a thing, man. Holy shit, just found something not in chorus that is one of my favorite things I've ever written. Oh, let's go. Oh my god, I love this song. Okay, this feels a little too... God, I really struggle with drawing these bitches. Trying to draw somebody this thin feels wrong. I keep being like, this is not what anatomy is supposed to be. Why don't we just turn that TV off? 315 channels of nothing but bad news on. May I type it out for chat? If it's a quote, yes. If it's a paragraph, go to the Discord to share it. If it's just like a quote of something, you can throw in a quote in chat, but don't do paragraphs in chat. Throw those in the Writing Pretty Words channel in the Discord. Oh, Sunny, you don't have the Discord, do you? Ah, it's Quick and Little? Okay. It's gonna be more than enough. 2 left feet and our 2 hearts beating. Anybody else love Josh Turner? Anybody else? Just me? Is it just me? Might just be me. Down the hall, baby, straight up the stairs, bouncing off the walls, floating on air, baby. Why don't we just dance? Why don't we just put the red dress on? My favorite quote is better to pee in the sink than sink in the pee. That's sure a quote. That's something, all right. All right, yeah, I'm so much more happy with this. There was clearly some things wrong with that one. So let's get rid of this. Keep that one. We can get rid of this now. We can get rid of the under sketches. Get rid of this. Get rid of fucking that. We have our line art. It only took us... Actually, it took us what? 2.5 hours. This is why I can't do art. Is because line art, just the sketch to my line art takes 2.5 hours to do, man. This is why art is so hard for me. All right, so now I'm gonna try to do, we've got like this one is being held closed. This fabric is like being held over him. I'm gonna have to figure out how to draw this the way I want it. And then, like, we'll have to, like... I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Okay, and then this, obviously, the sleeves are still gonna fall down. So they're still gonna gather here. Okay, so these are gonna be like gathered there. I'm trying to do like the fabric that lays here. Okay. And then these are kind of being held. This is gonna be like, it's like being stretched over. Like, it's like, I'm trying to like figure out how to do this. Like, obviously, like, the tension is there. And then this one's still gonna be, I'm gonna have this one draped over his shoulder, because that's kind of how he normally wears it. I think it's gonna be like that. That's gonna, because that's normally how he wears it, is down off of his shoulders. Like you can see on, like, the reference. But he's, like, kind of, like, pulling it over himself. And then, like, this will kind of, like... Something like that. That's kind of gonna be the goal. Gonna go to sleep? Have a good night, mate. Memory's a funny thing, huh? It comes and goes like the years, rises and falls like the tides. When do dreams begin to fold into reality? No, when do we begin to blur the line? Yeah. Big homie kiss? Big homie kiss. Kiss the homies goodnight. Sleep well. Never forget to kiss the homies goodnight. It's incredibly important. If you don't kiss the homies goodnight, man, you'll never know. You'll never know what could happen. All right. I think this is good. God, this is really sad. This is really sad. The more I'm drawing this, the more I'm getting sad about this. There's just too much happening here. It wasn't until he was like holding closed a robe that I realized how sad this drawing was making me. I'm trying to do like, I want to have like all like the textures and stuff, and his stupid drawing is stupid fucking. This thing drives me fucking crazy because there's just too much detail in it. Like there's just too many things. And then we'll do like a like this. And then I gotta turn these into like fucking roses essentially. We'll make this work. And then these are gonna be we're gonna do the like this vibe. We're gonna do these there, and also this one back here. Except for these, this is gonna be like that. This is gonna be another rose. I gave this dude just the worst fucking like design to draw. I love Azazel, do not get me wrong. I love him. But I gave him just the most annoying design, man. Because I've got to draw all these fucking flowers and shit. Like, all the time. Because he's always fucking wearing flowers and shit. And then also, he's got all the fucking tattoos and shit. Which drives me crazy to draw. And also, he's built fucking wrong. Like, I just fucked myself over with his design. I was really like, you know what I don't want? An easy to draw character. These are gonna be circles. These are gonna be these. I'm gonna do one of these. And we're gonna do more dots here. Okay, that's a flower crown. Yay, good enough. Erase this. Good enough. Oh, and of course, in this outfit, I have to draw his fucking chains too, but I will worry about that later. What layer did I draw the shit on? There we go. I never know what I'm doing over here. All right. All right, but we've got a drawing. Oh my god. My baby boy, no, don't you dare put flowers there. Take them off my sunshine boy. He's got to wear his flower crown. He's got to wear his flower crown. Whales. Hey, listen. It's what has to be done. Oh my god, he looks so sad. Why is he looking at me like that? Why is he looking at me like that? Look at how he's looking at him. Look at how he's looking at me. I've never drawn him so melancholic. My god. This is a melancholic child. This is a melancholic, fully grown adult, I should say. Man. Bro is so sad. No, for real. My god. Alright. Now I have to do his fucking tattoos. Alright. Time to tattoo a motherfucker. God, drawing his tattoos makes me ache. Oh, tattoos. Alright. Oh yeah, let me see if I can... We're gonna see if I can get away with doing this as... symmetrical. Because his tattoos are perfectly symmetric. So let's see. And I'll obviously have to do a little bit of adjusting. And for right now, I'm going to draw them in blue so I can see them, and then I'll adjust the color. Okay, and we'll do this. And then like this. Oh boy, this is gonna be a nightmare. I'm deciding it here and now. Azazel and Honey or Kiriel are friends because I want them to be. Bro, are they friends? That's so fun. You should draw them together. Draw the friends. I love when my characters have friends. That's something I wish I did more. Like I like doing like cross world friends. Like I love like drawing like obviously drawing the trio, like drawing Katara and Olive and Xander together is really fun because those are my friends OCs and I get to draw them together with my OCs. But I wish I had more of that. Like I wish I had more like, hang on, I'm gonna switch over to this so I can grab a different reference really quickly. I wish I had like more like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna draw like some random, I'm gonna draw Sienna hanging out with fucking, I don't even know who Sienna would hang out with. None of my OCs, that's for damn sure. But like just like drawing my friends OCs and my OCs from different worlds, like all hanging out together. This is the only one I have, huh? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna do something here. Wait, do I have... I'm doing something goofy here. Hang on, don't mind me. This, okay. Oh, well, what the hell? Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Aha. This is gonna be goofy as fuck, but I'm making this work really quickly. I'm creating my own reference based off of the drawing. Because the reference I have isn't good enough for me. Okay. Turn that back on, turn these back on. Okay. I'm making this work, hang on. Import a different reference. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright, and then we do these. Okay. And this connects to the big curve here. And this one's filled in with the little this. And then cool. And obviously I'll have to erase parts of this because they're not going to line up perfectly, but we're going to make it work. And then we come from the outside. The outside we go out. I need to make a stamp for this. Bro, because my OC Lambie would be besties with Azazel and Akiriel. They were also a human sacrifice. I love this. Where does line art go? I know I took it off. It's a surprise. Yeah, for all of you with Human sacrifice OCs. Was it a surprise, or was it something they were like, they knew about and were kind of like, you know, like this is your life purpose, is what you were raised for kind of style? Everyone's got a different style. Is it a surprise human sacrifice time, or it was like a born and raised human sacrifice? Here we go. God, drawing him is such a pain in my ass. Okay. Up, cross, down. The square, and then fade off. And then this one, oh, this one's got a longer fade off, and it's got the line here, and the line here. And then up, over, down. See, it's gotta be, this has gotta be longer. Then it's up, over, down, over, up, connect. And then this is lines. And then they have the markings on either side. And then this one also has a mark, but it doesn't have a tail. And then this one has it on both sides. Okay. Drawing this bastard sucks. Heroes, technically its boyfriend love interest was meant to be what they learn. It's actually a Kirill at the end. Oh. I got bored of life one day. Okay, well, that's a little different. I don't think that's human sacrifice. I think there's a slightly different word we use for that one. Hot chat question. Who is your most damaged OC? Who is your most like, man, they are not okay? That's my hot chat question of the day. Tyrio, perfect. If I were to ask Death to pull the cute character page, frame what channel would it be? Character page. If it's describing the character, I would say writing pretty words, maybe. If it's drawing the character, then fridge art. You can kind of pick your preference. My sacrifice OC was slowly conditioning herself to do the perfect sacrifice without realizing it, and ended up figuring it out at the altar, gave herself to the gods to free her village from a forever repeating day, and just disappeared. Huh. I don't think I can say mine. Valid. Born and raised to be a sacrifice, but they never knew they were. Yeah. Interesting. 24, they're a bit messed up. Or Arc, VSMP Arc, yeah. I have a couple pretty fucked up OCs. You know what? Here's my thing. I was just thinking about this today. I had some OC thoughts earlier today. And there's two different types of writers when it comes to writing traumatic OCs. Or OCs with like traumatic pasts, right? There's two different approaches in terms of writing them. I really hate how his tattoos are turning out right now. They're too big. Okay, back this up. I'm not being like delicate enough with these. Like something about this doesn't feel like they're small and delicate and detailed. Like there's too much happening. Anyways, there's two different types of writers when it comes to writing like traumatic OCs. And the first one is like, how do you make a traumatic OC? Put them through traumatic experiences and don't let up. Like just destroy them. One thing after another. Character can't catch a break. Life has never been easy for them. And like the results that come from that. That experience of like this like constant, never exhausting, just painful life. Like it is like every time they think it's gonna be okay, somehow it finds a way to get worse. Like that kind of character, right? There's those types of traumatic OCs. And then there's the ones who like went through the thing, you know, they experienced the thing. And either like because of who the character is, or because of the way that the thing affected them, or because of the time in their life that it happened, like the thing changed the way that this character is as a human being. And like for some writers, writing a traumatic character is like writing the traumatic event and then writing them being traumatized and then writing the healing arc that they have to go through. Like the people they meet or the friends that they make or the realizations they have to come through to heal from the trauma. And then, you know, they face another traumatic thing and like maybe eventually it builds up and breaks them, or maybe eventually they are strong enough that it's no longer traumatic. Like it's like there's different ways to do it, but it's usually like thing happens, they are forced to recover from thing happens again, but worse. And like the like those kind of arcs, right? Or there's the writers who like write a character who experiences like just something, you know, some traumatic event. And then the rest of the writing, the rest of the story, the rest of forever, they have to grapple with that and the way that it changes them intrinsically as a character. They write about the thing, the trauma that happens to them, big or small. And the thing about this type of writer is it could be tiny. It could be minuscule. It could be their parents' divorce. It could be a broken bone. It could be getting bullied as a kid. It could be surviving a plane crash or a fire. It could be anything, any form of trauma, right? But they write the childhood. They write the type of person they were before the trauma. They write about why the trauma affected them so seriously. They write about the moment it happened. They write about like the moments right after, the shock, the denial, the anger, the bargaining, the grief that comes with trauma. They write about like the way that affects them, the way that it changes who they are. They write about people trying to help them through the trauma. They write about the trauma staying so long that people stop trying to help them. They write about how it changes them intrinsically, changes the way that they think, the way that they talk, the way that they hold themselves. It changes their relationships. It changes their thought processes. It changes their worst fears. Everything is reshaped in their entire life. And then they tell us about, you know, the things that slowly do change them. They write about them trying to heal. They write about them relapsing, falling back into the traumatic events, falling back into those thought processes. Like, some writers write traumatic characters and traumatic stories, and some characters, like, redefine what trauma is and explore every facet of it and the way that it shapes human beings. And like it is crazy what some writers are capable of in terms of writing trauma. And I hope to be the second type, but wow, that is not an easy thing to do. I forgot how much I hate drawing Azazel's fucking tattoos, man. And then thin line, and then thick band here. I love when character hurt and then stuff happens. I like long-lasting physical and mental effects of the thing. That's what I want people to explore. If you're not exploring that, I'm not interested in your traumatic character arc. If you're not going to explore the long-term physical and mental effects that take place because of said thing, I'm not interested in hearing about it. Like, that is the whole reason I'm here. If you just give me a trauma and then the character being sad and scared for a little while, I'm not interested. I'm not there. Like, I need to watch the way that it changes who they are. Like, that shit, good shit. Good soup, brother. Just message Death. Let's see if you get a Curiel explained in words. Oh boy. Sweater zipped up to her chin. Thanks for caring, sir. It's nice of you, but I have to go back in. Wish I could tell you about the noise, but I didn't hear a thing. Said it must have been the wind, must have been the wind, must have been the wind, it must have been the wind. I don't know how much longer I'm going to survive being live, because I am quite hungry and getting tired. Don't mind that the arm tattoos are doing that. I'm gonna fix it, don't worry. Just so that she knows that she can lean on me. I'll say that while you're saying playing tricks on you, you're always welcome to come in. You can stay here for an hour or two if you ever need a friend. When you're ready, but till then. Okay. I am doing my best to do this. Okay. And this is the back of their arm. I'll have to do that later because I have to rethink about the way their tattoos lay. Why is Riri here? Hello, Rihanna. You're not gonna see any of this stuff in the middle here. You're just gonna see this part come down and do this. And then I need to turn well, let's do their thighs really quickly. The thighs and waist, and then I'll turn off the mirror and edit the stuff that's not gonna be mirrored. So we are gonna have, like, here. This goes pretty far down. Alright, secondary chat question, if chat is still vibing with their questions, if y'all are still interested in participating. Who's your hardest to draw OC? I asked your saddest. Who is your just a nightmare to draw OC? Because Azazel is mine. And he sure is a pain in my ass to draw. I haven't gone too deep into it, but the story for My Hive Sona has them go through a whole thing of believing they were completely right and justified doing something really bad and Loki being really racist. And then they realized over time, they slowly realized that maybe their actions weren't 100% good and then struggled with their perception of their world and themselves. Bro, I love that shit. I love the moral development. I love it. I'm a slut for that kind of shit. Baby, when I know you're only sorry you got caught, you put on quite a show, really had me going, but now it's time to go. Curtains finally closing. Very entertaining, but it's over now. The point needs to be like here. And the award for the best lie goes to you. I didn't realize I made them racist until I made them racist. Yeah, we like, whoopsies. Fucking Thelial, ironically, Acreal's childhood best friend. Thin and half metal, Jesus Christ. I love when the Hive teaches you to not be racist. Great development. The Hive does lots of great things, including anti-racism. Really had me going. Racists don't go to the Hive. It's like heaven. Yeah, it's like heaven. If you're a racist, you can't come to the Hive. He has, like, more than 2 eyes and his horn becomes a halo. I'm sorry, why did I do that? Do you mean like if it's like head, you know? Don't mind that. Is it like horns like that like do the thing where they like curve out but then they like connect in, so they're horns but they're a halo, like that kind of thing? Or is it like they're like, or are they like doing the thing where they like go back and then like come up and like become like, you could, I guess you could do it like this if you did like this, bro. If you did like horns like this, right, and then had them curve, it could like sit like an actual halo above their head if they like crossed over each other. Do you know what I mean? That'd be an interesting thought. Otherwise, I guess you could just do like, you could just like have them kind of go back in like just like this, like that. Cool, but I hate horizontal halos. That's valid. You could have horns that go back and then up. Like you could like have a horn that goes down and then curves. So like it like as it goes like back like past the head and then comes up. So you could have like that whole like extensive halo experience. Do you know what I mean? Where it like goes back into space and then comes up behind itself, so that it becomes like the full like behind head circle, like, you know, one of those like oh, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyways, sorry, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just drawing shit. Ooh, liking that. Yeah, halos are fun. Zadkiel's got a halo. I have Zadkiel. He's got a halo. That's my boy. This is another one of my hardest characters to draw because of his fucking wings. This is my baby though. I love Zadkiel. Pretty boy. Pretty boy. Big fan of him. Back to drawing thighs. He's gorgeous. I know, isn't he? Huge fan of him. And he's a man whore. By definition. By like actual, like it, by actual, that's kind of his thing. That's partially his thing. Like that's like it's like in my story, all angels, are pure beings, except whatever their sin in, like whatever their worst sin in life was, is magnified 100 times. And his sin was lusting, and thus instead of it just being like, you know, oh, he, you know, liked somebody that one time, it is exemplified 100 times, and therefore he becomes like sinfully lustful as an angel. That's a little story tidbit for you. That's great. Big fan. Thank you. It doesn't come into the story much at all in the beginning because of there's more pressing matters at hand, but it is a world building fact that will come into play later. And okay, and then these are laddered. I'm just trying to get through these tattoos, man. I'm pushing through. I think this is probably all I need. I don't need to go any lower because of the design plan I have here. So then let's turn off the assistants. Now these need to go away. Obviously everything other than the clothing will go away on its own, so I don't need to really worry about that, but I'm just gonna delete it a little bit. And then no overlap there. Obviously, all of this is gonna have to go away because that is overlapped. Same thing with this. His shoulder. God damn it. Eh. Like that. Just making it work. We're making it work. Okay. And then the backs of the arms are a little bit different, so I'll have to fucking figure out how to do those again, because those are funky. And then thumb has the 3 lines. You can't see that thumb. And then a base of each finger is a double line. And then there's one at the top. So base of finger has 2, top has 1, base of finger has 2, and then the other ones you wouldn't be able to see. And then wrists I can do, because these are just this. Okay. I have so many complicated ass fucking tattoos on this motherfucker. I don't know why I made him so goddamn complicated, man. Gotta color this one in. And then this one is like... I don't even know what the fuck is going on here. I have no idea. Whatever. I have no idea what's going on that tattoo. And this one's got this thing, and then line, line, line. This one's colored in. Womp, womp. Okay. And then I'm gonna have to work on figuring out what the fuck... I have such specific designs on the backs of the arms, which is hard because that's also a twist point, which means when his arm is twisted like this, the design is gonna be twisted. My characters are also kind of angels. Everyone has a divine energy and an angel like formal name and a more common name: Acriel, Honey, and Thelial Light. Yeah, Zadkiel also has a nickname because in my story you can't speak. I'm not gonna try not to. I'm not gonna spoil too much. But in my story you can't speak words of power, which are words in the language of prayer, which in my story is based loosely off of, or it's very slightly loosely, slightly strictly on Hebrew, and so it is based off of you can't say a word of power outside of a place of sanctuary or like a place of prayer, a place of worship, and so Zadkiel's name, being a word of power, an angel's name, isn't allowed to be spoken outside of a place of worship, and so Azazel can't like say Zadkiel's name. And so he has to give him a nickname. And so he uses the Hebrew word for golden light, which is Zahav. So he calls Zadkiel Zahav. It's the word for gold. But his full like nickname would be Zahav Karem, which is golden light. Which I think is fun. Before I love you. I love that. Me too. I think that's a thing I haven't spoken about on here yet. That like they have those, like they have nicknames for each other. Imagine being told a nickname. Like imagine like being like, oh yeah, like don't you like just you like you go ahead, you can like just give me a nickname, and your partner looks at you, or the person that you're speaking to looks at you and is like, I'll nickname you Golden Light. Just being like, I'm in love. All right. Okay, now I need to do backs of the hands. No, you BB. Okay, let me switch to my face real quick because I have to grab another fucking reference page here. Hang on. Is this the reference page I want? Yeah, okay. All right, this is where it starts getting fucking complicated. Okay. So. I'm going from... this is the back of the arm, inside of the arm. So we need the back of the arm, which is this half here. Which means that from this point, we would go here to the connection point. And then out and in, out and in, and then these would come up. And then these will extend a little bit. Okay, I think that is how it would be. That would be that one. And then this one would be... It's kind of mostly the back of his arm. But I'm trying to think of, like, if you have a tattoo here, how this connects. Hang on. If you have a tattoo there, it would be... The inside of the tattoo is here. Connecting it here, it would be there. Hang on. It would only work when it's like this, and then when it twists, it really would be quite twisted. So it would kind of do like this. And it would be... Twist tattoos are quite difficult. Doing a tattoo on a twist point is not easy, because the body moves. And believe it or not, the tattoo doesn't move with the body. And then I guess... Yeah, that's just gonna have to be good enough for me. That's just gonna have to simply be good enough for me. I think that works. And that'll be... Because I'm not going to go lower than that. Okay. And then backs of the hands, I don't think I designed in definition, but I have a line that goes across the back of his hand. And then... I might do them... I don't think I ever designed it like this, but I think I might actually have it do these. Because I love this shape that's like all over his body. And then do 2 of these. Just so that the back of his hand has that, like, has that same level of intricacy that everything else kind of has. And I like having the complexity of it. Also, I'm skipping this song. I like this song, but fuck Brendan Urie. All right. I think this is everything we need. And then I can lock this. Get my airbrushing set out. Where's my airbrushing set? Airbrushing set. Grab Azazel's tattoo color and just whoop. And I also tend to do Azazel's line art a little differently colored just because it's too close to his tattoos. So we'll do a little bit more... I don't normally like doing black line art anymore, but I might do... Nah, I'm gonna stick with the orange. I know it's a bit weird, but I like it. And I probably will just do this, because I sometimes have been... I've been dropping my opacities a little bit recently. Alright, well, it took me 3.5 hours to do line art for this motherfucker. 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours for this bitch. This dude drives me insane. Wouldn't he not have the neck scar yet? Oh yeah, because this is from fucking episode 1. Yeah, you're right. But he also wouldn't be covering up like this in episode 1. So the reason I was gonna do it kind of from episode 1 is because of the concept I originally had for the idea. Because he's all like dressed up for his ceremony. But I might actually push this back as conceptually, because he wouldn't look like this in episode 1. He's having a good time in episode 1. He's still happy. But I might push this to being the end of the book. And I have a mirror scene at the end of the book, like that mirrors the very beginning. Like it's a scene that replicates the beginning, where he's looking at himself all dressed up for the ceremony, but he doesn't feel the same as he did in the beginning. So I think I'm actually gonna base it around that, in which case he would look a little different, including having the neck scar. Because the thing is, I wanted him looking like sadly at his body. But if you look at the I don't even have it anymore. The reference I was looking at, which I know I said mirroring, but they're technically called parallel scenes. I apologize, I lied at you. I love parallel scenes. But I do also, I feel very strongly about parallel scenes. They bring me joy. But the thing with Azazel is with the reference I was looking at, if you saw earlier, his character reference sheet, this drawing of Azazel, and the finished version, this version, this is Azazel. This is chapter 1. This is chapter 1. There is no folding in and shame and covering. It is open and proud and displaying. It's a lot different than what I've drawn. This isn't chapter 1 Azazel. This is much different. But yeah, that's my boy. This is my guy, my little dude. I wish I could tell you guys more about him, but I really do want to publish this book. I've been swinging in and out of my focus on him because I have a lot of other stories and OCs that I want to talk about and work on, and especially with the lore coming out soon and everything, I've been kind of all over in terms of my focus. But I promise Azazel is still on that list. That book is still on that list. I still want to be an author. It's just gonna take more time than I anticipated. I had to take a break from it for a little while, but I'm getting back to it. Fret not. Fret not, I will return to it. It's just been a busy time, and it's been a little hard to focus on everything. But also, I know you guys aren't actually worried about it. I'm like more pacifying myself than anything. You guys aren't being like, but Xander, the book, when will it ever come out? I don't know why I am not capable of filling in with that color. It doesn't fill in that color. It's like a naturally opaque color. Something's wrong with that color, man. Maybe that'll fix it. This song fits Azazel a little too well. This is a little difficult. Oh, this needs to be above the hair. But this is my baby boy. But I have a bunch of OCs I've been really focused on right now. I really want to get this book worked on, and now suddenly I've got an idea for a webtoon that I want to work on, but as you can tell, is it took 3.5 hours for me to do line art for what would be one scene, would be one panel. I just don't think I could do a webtoon right now. I really want to, and maybe I'll find a way to try, but if it takes me to do line art, if it takes me 3.5 hours to do line art for what would be one panel in a webtoon. Obviously, most of my characters aren't this difficult to draw. Some of them are fairly difficult, especially the ones with tattoos. But it's simply difficult. And I don't know what exactly to do about it. Like, it's like something that like I got excited about the prospect of being able to do. I'd be like, bro, wouldn't it be so cool to make a webtoon? And then I do any piece of art and I was like, oh yeah, you can't do that. Like, you are simply incapable. Like, it's gonna end up another unfinished project that I give up on halfway through. So I don't know if it's actually something I'm gonna end up going through with. It's more than likely that I will not. But maybe I'll draw some panels for it and it'll be a fun idea. I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to see you give it a shot. I don't know, man. It's just, I don't think it, I don't think I'm capable of it. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna make a webtoon. I am God's weakest soldier. That is genuinely what it went. I got this, I was really excited. I was like, this is such a cool idea. It's gonna look so cool. I started planning my script. I started planning some panels, and then I draw, and I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, if I was to do a webtoon, I would be able to put out an episode maybe once a month. If they were short. Like, I would maybe update once a month. Which feels obnoxious. Like, most webtoons update once a week. But I also, like, I'm not really looking for, like, a major audience with it. I mean, I guess it would kind of, like, it'd be my friends, and, like, maybe some people in the Discord would like it. Like, I also, like, write a fanfic right now. Like, I have a fanfic I write. And, like, that's also, like, mostly for myself and, like, for some people in the Discord, some people that I know, and, like, a couple strangers who found it and like it. But, like, for the most part, like, maybe it wouldn't matter because it really would. Like, I'm not going to be like, there's going to be 100,000 fans waiting for me to post once a week. And I'm not really looking to get famous on Webtoon. So, like, I'm not worried about being like, oh, but what if it gets famous? Like, I don't care. So maybe posting once a month wouldn't be a huge deal. Because I'm not trying to gain traction. And, like, most of the people who would care about the webtoon would understand that, like, that's just what I'm capable of and you're gonna have to deal with it. So maybe it would be an okay idea. I simply don't know. I don't know. I've gone back and forth, like, 100 times in terms of, like, you know, the people who know won't care. The people who will care don't matter. Like, trying to, like, give myself plausible reason. God, the sadness that is, like, trying to cover yourself in an entirely sheer piece of clothing. This is double layered, so you're darker. This is double layered, so this is darker. And this is too. No, it's not. Just that is. And then just drop the opacity. All right. There's your base colors, boys. Coloring takes me no time. That's the great part. I can get my base colors down without a goddamn issue. Slap that shit together and I don't have a single problem with it. It's just that everything else takes me 6 years. But like, boom, line art. Like, well, as soon as my line art is done, like my sketch and line art, like my flats are done. Flats take literally 10 seconds for me. Like, I'm good. But I'd be worried about overwhelming myself. Those standards you start to hold yourself are cruel. Yeah, I mean, I already have several multi-year long projects going, with the lore going on 2 years now, and we're just getting into it. The book I'm trying to write, which is going on a year now, starting a webtoon, like all of these, like every project I take on is a little bigger than myself. Anyways, here is Sad Azazel. I will probably do like shading and stuff off screen. But this is my boy. This is my sad boy. What happened to the Pit Crew, Xander? Another abandoned project. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? I haven't fully abandoned it yet. I just forgot my login, so I have to re-find my login. Don't say not at all. I haven't fully abandoned it. It's right here. I forgot my fucking sign in for it, so I stopped uploading on it, and I just haven't finished getting back to work on it, and it's a project that's too big for me, and I don't know if I want to work on right now because it's not top priority. It was just something I literally just needed something to do. Like I legitimately, I started a Pit Crew because I didn't give a fuck and I just needed something to do while I was talking, and I didn't have any art I liked, so I started a Pit Crew. It's not an aspiration of mine, so I really don't care if it goes well, but maybe I'll get back to it. You gotta prove these haters wrong. They're not haters, they're right. Anyways, Azazel. Presenting Azazel. Here's my very, very sad boy. I'm very hungry. So, let me go find somebody to attack. They don't know us anyway. I think it's about the time of day where most of my people are live. Oh, Monster's live. We're gonna do that. Wait, oh, shut up. Is Monster live? Yeah, Monster's live. We're gonna go give some love to Monster. It looks like they are... Oh, they're on their lore server, I think. Terminus? They're doing their lore server right now. Ooh. I was invited to this lore server, and I did not have the time to do it, but I was invited to this one. This is another one of the ones I've been invited to. All right, let's go raid Monster. Oh, but there's so many people who are live right now that are doing... I love Twitch does this thing right now where it like... I can't even show you right now, hang on. Whatever. It like recommends similar channels to yourself of like similar sizes and like different stuff like that. And there's like, they always recommend you in the section that you're in. So there's like different like artists that are live right now that are like recommended to my channel. There's so many of them. Maybe I'll go raid somebody new. Let's see. Finishing up commissions is a VTuber. Painting Batgirls. Moth draws plush template. Look at this little VTuber. Look at this little moth VTuber. I'm listening in.
I could actually like just toss these in a corner and it'll be fine. Once I actually opened the boxes, yeah, that's when it started overflowing, and that's when I realized, oh yeah, no, this does not fit in a single corner.
Okay, let's do this. This seems like a random dude. Digital art, drawing, chill. He's got a fucking moth VTuber. I don't know. He seems cool. Let's do the random raid. All right. Quick reminder in terms of raids, especially to random people like this. If he turns out to be a creeper or weirdo, I never sent you there. You weren't there. I wasn't there. This never happened. Otherwise, give some love. Be kind. Don't make it about me. Don't draw too much attention to me or whatever. Just have a good time. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, lore drop tomorrow. Actually, quickly. I think I'm going to do the lore drop live tomorrow. That's going to be our little test. So I'm going to attempt, and I will keep you guys all entirely updated on Discord. So stay tuned on the Discord. But I'm going to attempt to be live tomorrow at 5 p.m. to stream the lore announcement live. I haven't tried streaming a video live like that yet, so we're going to give it a shot, see how it goes, and hopefully it goes well. But we're going to try to be here live. I will keep you all updated in the Discord server. All right? Okay. Behave. Be good. Go enjoy the moth. Have a good night, everybody. Love you. Bye.